Chicken Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to higher your cholesterol instead of lower it? Jesus, man. I do like some chicken Alfredo though, to be honest. It is pretty good, but the doctor says I got a bacchiotomy. No, doctor said I got to fucking do some shit to lower my cholesterol. So all I've been doing is working out and eating right and doing stuff, and I feel like it's starting to do something. You know, I feel like it's starting to add up.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. How you guys doing tonight? Where the fuck is everybody? Like Matt's not answering his text messages. I texted him 3 times today. He has not answered once.
Well, I know he said yesterday if he wasn't busy, he would do a geek chat today, which obviously he didn't. So he's busy trying to get everything ready and prepared to head up to Colorado.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit excuses to me.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah. Yeah, I got some stories on Twitter, but I thought we'd just sit here and talk for a little bit first. I'm gonna have a couple drinks tonight, man, because I've been so good that I feel like I deserve some alcohol. You know, like I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't do any of that stuff. Got to have some fun, you know. You can't just be a nun.
Right.
So I'm gonna bust out the vodka tonight because fuck it. Why not?
Every once in a while isn't bad.
Yeah, and I've been pretty fucking good. So now is the once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get all your Christmas shopping done?
For the most part, there's still a few things I got to go get from my sister, but other than that, I'm just waiting for everything to come in. Yep. Got a few things in today.
Oh, Foos heard alcohol and he shows up. How's it going, Foos?
Doing all right. You don't smoke weed anymore? Since when?
In 2 days it will be 3 full months.
Oh wow, cool, awesome.
Yeah, I've not touched it in 3. And the funny thing is, like I've got all the implements. I've got everything I need to smoke it, sitting there, tempting me. Last night as I was leaving work, there was like this chick that I talked to a little bit. I don't know, we're nothing really, but you know. And she had this like weed pen, and she's like, "Come smoke with me," and I'm like, "You're the fucking devil on my shoulder, woman." So that's
what women do.
Yeah. Oh shit! Calhoun says, "How much for a shot?" I don't think I'm going to be drinking that much tonight. I was thinking just a couple drinks, you know, just a couple drinks, just to have some fun, not to like. And the thing is, I've been staying away from everything for so much. If I start taking shots like I used to, like this chat's going to be over real fucking quick, you know.
Yeah, I don't even have any alcohol in my house right now.
The fuck's wrong with you? Did the doctor tell you need to lower your cholesterol?
No. They can't tell you to lower your cholesterol if you never have it checked.
How old are you, Foos?
41.
We're the same fucking age. You need to get checked. You need to go to the doctor and have them do your blood work.
Oh, I did about last year.
Oh, yeah? Everything okay?
Yeah. My blood levels was a little high, but I kind of already knew that, so.
Why would that be? That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I was going to go out and get some alcohol today. I was planning on it, but my truck took a little extra money today, so decided not to.
Dude, I just had to go through, like, I put, I think it was like $400 that I spent at the oil changing place, getting like all of the little things done on my car so it's good to go. And then I had to get my registration done, and then that meant I had to get my fucking emissions done. So I was like running around all week last week getting my fucking car hooked up. It's good now.
An oil change and tire rotation ended up being that with front and rear differential and transfer case fluid change. And then they looked at my alignment and noticed that was bad, and then found a lower control arm that was loose. So I had to get that replaced. So about $100 oil change tire rotation ended up costing me about $1,000. So,
Jesus, yeah, you spent more than me because I did the transfer case oil change. There was something else that they did. I don't remember what it was. I did the tire rotation, and then like all the registration bullshit, which was not as much. I spent about $600 out the door for everything.
Damn.
Just to have my fucking like 2014 car with not a lot of miles on it, good to go. Like,
How many miles do you have?
Like 70-ish thousand.
Yeah, I just crossed 100,000 today in my 17.
Damn.
That's not bad though. I mean, like, you got a nice truck, dude.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I liked your truck. I wish I had a truck, but you know, RAV4 is fine. RAV4 will do. It was the right price. Calhoun says, you don't do all that shit yourself. Oil and filter ain't that expensive. Dude, if you go to like the price of oil and an oil filter and everything versus versus having the place do it, it's like a $10 difference.
Well, that and at my rental, you can't do any auto maintenance at the place.
Yeah. It avoids
that
everything.
And I still have an extended warranty on it, so I want to make sure that if anything does go wrong, the dealership, the Ford dealership, knows what's basically the history of it. Being like, okay, this person took care of it, stuff like that. Because all the work that has been done to it's been at 2 dealerships.
Ever So Numb says 41 years old, so no fingers up your butt yet.
I did during a college physical at 18.
I don't think they do that for a physical.
They did for a football physical at 18.
They usually just put their cold ass fucking gloved fingers on your nuts and make you cough.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember. Okay, so like the first time I ever had a physical, I had a female doctor when I was a kid, right? And like we go into the doctor, and she's like, "Okay, do this, do that. You're gonna check for this, check for that, blah blah blah. How's this feel? Okay, now drop your pants and pull up your shirt." And I was like, "What?" Like no one prepared me for this. She's like, "Drop your pants and pull up your shirt," and I'm like, "What?"
I would have been like, "Yes, ma'am."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. That was a long time ago.
Heck, if my parents are paying for it, hell yeah.
I didn't know that was the kind of doctor this is going to be.
Going for a physical, come out with a happy ending.
I'm not going to say I didn't respond physically. X Adam 1 says, rookie numbers. My car just hit 360,000 miles today. Dude, my last car, my Honda Accord, had like 405,000 miles when I sold it. But that's because I would take it to the place and get everything done. And I would occasionally do my own oil myself if I wanted to save the $10 and I was like short on money or whatever. But it's like way more convenient for me to just drop it off and then go to the gym and work out for an hour and then come back and my car's done, you know?
Yeah, I mean, could I do everything? The control arm probably not, but all the fluids and stuff, yeah, I could do it, but
Or like tire rotation, like that's a pain in the ass if you don't have a lift, you know?
Right. I just
like if you're using a jack stand and shit and a jack to do your tire rotations, like fuck me, dude.
Mm-hmm. And old man butt wrinkles, I did not realize I was just now being molested. I enjoyed it at the time.
Ever So Numb says Jiffy Lube and the like are known for all kinds of shit, not putting oil in the wrong oil, blah blah blah. Do it yourself. You know, I guess you have someone to blame if they fuck it up though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't put oil in your car, you drive down the road, your fucking engine explodes. Guess what? Now I've got an engine with 0 miles on it. Thanks, Jiffy Lube.
Yep.
Calhoun says, I realize not everybody has the equipment, but I got to talk a little bit of shit. I'm out my own tires.
Nice.
Yeah, the thing is, I live in an apartment. I don't have a fucking garage. If I had a garage, like that'd be another story, you know?
Yeah. I have a garage that's just full of shit. That and my truck doesn't fit in it. So
Well, and even when I like lived at that house that I lived in, the fucking owner was like a hoarder. So the entire garage, like, I had room for my motorcycle after I moved a bunch of shit around. That was it. Yeah, and Daniel says if Honda fucks it up, he can only blame himself. Yeah, then I have to buy the new engine.
right.
Fucking up an oil change is pretty hard to do, though.
It is.
It is.
I mean, how much oil do you have to put in? Like, too much oil to like fuck up your seals?
I don't know, but mine takes about 7.5 quarts.
Jesus.
Honest, yours probably takes what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, it's like 4.5, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I could look it up, but I don't need to because I take it to the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Then I do mine every 5,000 miles. I get, since it's already up, it takes them like $20 to do the tire rotation. So,
Well, like my tire rotation's at a different place. Like I got the tires, like a whole new set at Discount Tire.
mm-hmm.
So that's free. Like
Right.
if you buy all 4 tires, like you have the paperwork in the place and everything saying this is the date that I bought the new tires. You just take it there and they like check your tire pressure, check your fucking shit, and if you need a rotation, they do the rotation and everything's good.
Right.
Which is pretty cool, dude. Like, again, why would I do it myself if it's free?
Right. And whenever I was living down in Arkansas, that's what I did. And I bought these tires down there, so I don't have that up here. Probably another 20,000. I'll have to get another set, and I'll be heck by then. It'll probably be $1,300 just for tires.
Down in Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, so whenever I moved up here, my tires were getting to needing to be changed, and I could get them up here, or I could get them down there because I was right at the time, and I was able to get the exact same tire for $600 less combined down there. So
I kind of wish I'd spent more because like you can get like off-roading, like almost knobby looking tires and put them on the RAV4, but they were like $250 per tire, and like $1,000, versus like the whatever all season radials were like $100 a tire. So it was like a $600 difference to get the nice ones. So I didn't, but I kind of wish I did.
I have all terrains. I don't go off road at all, so I'm going to get a little bit more of a road tire next time.
Yeah, and when I think about it, I like never fucking. Even when it snows, I've got all-wheel drive. Like everyone's talking to Matt about, when you go to Colorado, make sure you bring your snow tire chains just in case, because it gets bad out. It's like, dude, where do you guys live at? The fucking like the southeast south of the South, and you've never seen snow before?
They live in Miami.
Bro, I had a Toyota Camry for a really long time. I put like 250,000 miles on that car. Drove it all over Colorado, front wheel drive only. Never felt like, I think there was like one time where we had a blizzard and I couldn't get around, That Honda was front wheel drive. I had a Toyota Corolla for a little while. I had a Dodge K car. Oh my God, that was the worst piece of shit car I've ever fucking had.
I had a Plymouth Reliant.
Was that like a K car?
Yeah, but your K car was fuel injected. Mine wasn't.
Are you sure it was fuel injected?
Your K cars, yeah. Yep.
Dude, that thing was a hunk of shit, bro. Like you'd be driving down the road and it's like raining real hard, and the windshield wipers would be going, and then they'd go slower, and then they'd just stop.
My Plymouth Reliant. Oh, geez. 70 mile an hour floored going downhill. A 10-gallon gas tank, and that thing would, even doing, having it completely floored, thing still got 30 miles a gallon, and it was a 1982 model.
Yeah. Daniel says your RAV4 is going to be so much nicer when it has King Ranch decals. Hopefully Matt remembers to go to the fucking place and pick up his shit.
Right?
Isn't he leaving today?
No, he's leaving on Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah. Oh, next week. I for some weird reason I thought he was heading up this weekend. Yeah,
they're going to be here for Christmas.
I got you.
And I thought I was taking the kids up to the mountains for Christmas, but it's actually going to be like the second week of January is when we're going up.
Nice. Yeah, next Friday, the high is supposed to be -4 here.
Well, let's see what the weather forecast is for Matt's Drive. And we can even screen share it so you guys can see what it's going to be too. I'm cool like that.
I know we're supposed to get some cold fucking weather into next week.
So Thursday it's going to be 5 degrees is the high when he's driving up here.
Damn.
But no snow. It's just going to be cold.
We're supposed to get a little snow. Yeah, so right now it's 24. So sorry, next Friday is supposed to be high of a 3. We're supposed to have snow on Thursday.
Bjorn says, do I still have the ranch soda? Yes, I will probably never drink this thing.
Look at your super chat.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. You'd have to pay me more money than YouTube will allow. Because there's no fucking way.
Probably laced with LSD and fentanyl and all kinds of shit.
Dude, I was just looking at it. It's got something kind of weird floating in it. Like someone jizzed in this thing and recapped it or something.
I told you last week, it's fucking roofies, man.
That's the ranch.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about what it could be. Roofies. Well, why would you give someone a roofie if you're not planning on raping them?
Just to fuck with them?
Yeah.
I guess.
What you ought to do is go buy that exact same soda from that you physically bought and try it. Because I'm curious to what it tastes like.
I mean, I could buy one at the store where I know it doesn't have roofies and jizz in it. But I still don't want to drink the filthy motherfucker. Yeah, fuck that. Did anyone send Matt the 45 GAP barrel yet? I wonder. I hope someone did. Really, I want to put that together for him when he comes here. Like we can go to the store and buy a lower.
Like I have 2 pieces of brass that I kind of wanted to send him. Here, start reloading with this.
Colostomy Bag says, did you watch Rakita's birthday? I watched part of it, yeah. He had a bunch of fucking people on. I don't know, when you have too many people on a chat, it makes it kind of annoying because everyone wants to talk all the time and then everyone just talks over each other. I think like 6 is about the healthy limit,
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you get too many, like 1 or 2 people just don't talk because, well, people don't talk like that, so.
Yeah, Ohio Patriot. See, he didn't even say anything.
No, I'm still fighting some shit. My throat's kind of messed up still.
Dude, I've got a fucking canker sore on my tongue for like a week now.
No worries. It's just herpes from all that dick you've been sucking.
Yeah, exactly. Must be. Is that how you get like the throat cancer from munching box? Is that how it starts?
Yes.
You know when their clit's so big, it becomes a dick?
Well, Andrew C's got a good one. Offer Matt's wife almonds. I should buy him a package of almonds and draw an extra L on it. Almonds.
You should probably kick your fucking ass, dude. Which needs to be filmed.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Calhoun. You should make a Discord thingy for people to send 45 GAP shit to Matt so we don't send him the same shit. That's a good idea.
That would be funny.
So as far as I know, the only thing that he's gotten so far is the magazine.
Yeah, didn't Stephen Carroll send him that? Yes,
it was Stephen Carroll.
Yeah. Daniel's the one that's got fuck you money and can do shit like that.
Target Sports USA has 45 gap.
What's that?
Target Sports USA has 45 gap. $37 for a box.
Damn. Box of what? 50 or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone get him a case. It's only $757 for 1,000 rounds.
Jesus.
Okay, the other thing I was thinking when Matt gets here was buy some glitter, and then have it in my pocket. Right? We'll just have like a pocket full of glitter, and then we'll be like, "Oh, let's go to this place to get food for dinner or whatever tonight." Cool. You want to drive? All right, Matt. Let's hop in your car, and then I'll get in his car with my pocket full of glitter, and then like just kind of spread it everywhere when it's dark and he's not paying attention.
Oh fuck. Jesus.
Yes.
I don't want him to shoot me though, so maybe it's a bad idea.
Is he coming up with his wife and kids and everything?
Just him. The rest are
No,
fine.
they're flying because they're normal human beings.
And he's driving.
With
For
everything.
some reason that I fail to understand.
Is it going to be cheaper having his own vehicle up there than renting?
Maybe by a slight bit, possibly, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, how much gas is it to drive 1,000 miles there and back?
Yeah. I mean, well, gas is getting a little bit less expensive.
I think he said it's going to cost like $300 or $400 for gas.
Right. And how much does a rental car cost for a couple days?
I have no idea.
Like $50 a day?
If not, probably more than that.
Let's look
I know
that up.
Gas here is dropped down to, what is it, $2.55 the other day when I was in town.
Yeah,
Rental
that's
cars,
right.
Colorado, $22 a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
if you want
but for what size? Because if he has like all 4 of his children.
But he's also
Okay.
bringing up everything that they don't want to fly with. So he's going to have a vehicle packed with shit.
you can get a minivan for $48 a day. You get a standard SUV for $36 a day.
And like, let's say if everyone was going to take a extra carry-on and stuff like that, or extra luggage, that's going to be 50, 80 bucks each one. I don't know. If he likes driving, who cares?
I
He
mean,
hates
I
flying,
don't
you know
care.
that.
It's his fucking decision. He can do what he wants. He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
But if I were living in the butt tip of Texas, that's fucking so far away from everything else that it takes like 10 hours to get to the nearest state, to the state line.
True. I always forget he lives that far down. It's going to take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because wasn't he like 14 hours to Oklahoma City?
Yeah, it's like a 21-hour drive.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
He's like a good 8-9 hours for me.
yeah. I don't get it. It's fine. He can do what he wants. But I just think he's a little bitch for not wanting to fly. That's all. He's scared of the airplane.
I think the only way to get Matt on a plane is either give him a shit ton of fucking Xanax or give him some ketamine or something to knock his fucking ass out.
I don't understand why though. Like, what is the big deal about flying? Like, statistically, you have more of a chance of dying in a 21-hour fucking drive by a whole lot. You have more of a chance of dying driving from your house to the airport than you do the airport on the plane to whatever other airport on the plane.
So
Yeah.
to Denver, from Brownsville to Denver, it's 18 hours.
Yeah, it depends on traffic and stuff and what time of day you're leaving. Because if you're looking right now, it's showing you, like, what is the traffic like right now? If you were driving right now on every stretch of road that you're on, how many hours would it be? Right? If you check that same thing tomorrow at noon, or like rush hour or whatever, it's going to be like 24 hours is what it's going to say. So it's about 20, 21 hours.
So it's until he leaves Texas, it's going to be 882 miles.
Yeah. At least.
No. Like I'm just looking at from Brownsville, just mapping it out, and it's 882 miles.
Yep. And not to mention one of the major highways that he's going to be on most of the way through Texas is I-35, and they always have fucking construction on that son of a bitch up and down it. So that's going to slow him down too, especially around Fort Worth and everything. That place has been under construction for like the last 20 years.
Yeah, an I-25 between Colorado Springs and Denver should take like 45 minutes, but always takes like an hour and a half.
Yep.
You know, like every little bit of it's going to be a little bit longer than Google Maps is saying.
So, am I sharing my screen now? No. So it doesn't even say, have him going up to Fort Worth. Has it going through San Antonio and on the western side of the state.
Right, but all those are like country roads.
Yeah,
which
he's going to go.
he doesn't like to take, so he wants to take the main roads, which takes him through Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1,200 miles to Denver.
It's a long fucking drive.
Jeez.
Dude, it's less miles for me to get to LA. It's like 1,000 to LA. Like 980 or something. And I've done it before. That's kind of a bitch of a drive, to be honest.
Yeah, about 1,000.
Yeah. Mainly because, like, you go over the fucking the Continental Divide in Colorado, and then you got to drive through the entire state of Utah, which is nothing but desert and bullshit. And then you get to fucking Las Vegas, and you're like, oh, I'm almost there. But then there's another set of mountains that you got to drive over, and by that time you're fucking tired, you know, and like the fucking headlights are hitting you, and it's raining and shit.
So how long was it for Brownsville up to Denver? What did you say it was like 21 hours?
That's probably what it's going to take him. The thing says like 19 or 18 or something like that.
If I was to drive to Denver right now, it would take me just a hair bit over 12 hours.
Right, that's not terrible.
No.
Like that's like you leave at like 6 a.m. and you're there in time for dinner, you know?
Yeah.
Plus you pay an hour on the way too, because you're you're the weird ass central time zone where they say y'all and biddles and shit.
There we go. So it is going to be 19 hours, 23 minutes if he goes up through Fort Worth.
Yeah, dude.
1,300 miles. Damn.
Or it's like a 2-hour flight. Actually, it wouldn't even be a full 2 hours because, like, again, like Los Angeles to Denver is a 1-hour flight. It's like an hour and 15, maybe.
Crazy.
So it's almost as far going up there as it would be for him to drive down to freaking Miami.
Texas is fucking massive. People don't realize that. They say if you go from the furthest point east to the furthest point west in Texas, that's 1/3 of the United States you drive.
Have you ever seen the maps where they put Texas inside of Africa and it looks all tiny?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think so, but like you put it in the middle of the Congo and it's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel dropped in $2, said, read what I put in the chat. And he said, read what I put above this. Jesus Christ. What if Matt is fooling us all and he's really married to a man? Well, he's sleeping on my couch, goddammit. See, I read it, and now you got impatient. God damn it, Hodler. I said, what if Matt's fooling us all? He doesn't have a wife, and he's married to a man. Oh, shit. Dr. Pecker, you're a new member. Thanks, man. That's fucking awesome. I got to keep an eye on the actual chat. Hold on. I've got a third screen now, and I always forget to use it.
Welcome to Honda's box.
Hold on. I've got to... Because if people do member chats, it doesn't show up on the fucking Discord for some reason. So if you've done a member chat in the past, I'm sorry. if I missed it. But now I have the ability to at least look at it. It's kind of cool, actually. Have you seen the TV setup up there?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I know you said you got it and you put it up.
Show that again? I didn't see. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got my dual monitors, but then I've got that's like my movie watching monitor up on the wall.
Hell yeah.
I bought a bigger TV. It's like a smart TV with a Fire fucking thing or whatever it's called.
The Fire Stick.
But it didn't work with my computer. It's not a Fire Stick, it's built in.
Oh.
But yeah, it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
I was reading your super chat.
Wow.
Calhoun says, read my last chat, LOL.
It was him and his brother, yeah.
Me and my brother drove from San Diego to California to Raleigh, North Carolina in July in a truck, no AC and no overdrive. We're going like 65 miles the whole time. That sucks, dude.
Damn.
That's what, 3 days? How long did that take you, Calhoun?
I watch a guy on YouTube, Shade Tree Surgeon, does motorcycle shit. And they flew out to California, bought a shovel head, if you know what that is, an old Harley. And those things go like 65 miles an hour. They can go a little bit faster, but if you push them, they fucking break. So 65 is about what you can do. And yeah, it took him like a week.
Dr. Pecker's got a good idea you should do.
You ever thought about doing patches? I just got one from Never Enough Ammo.
See, like I thought G-Webs actually made the patches.
Mm-hmm.
He did the patch batch back a while back, where he had all the different YouTube channels like promote it, and then he got like 100 made for each YouTube channel or whatever, and then all the money came in for it and stuff, and then like everyone got like a little portion of it for having their name on it or whatever. He hasn't done that for a while though.
No, I know he had the sewing machine to do it, but I also thought he had the vinyl one as well, or the one that you could do the PVC patch.
I thought he did, yeah.
His sewing machine broke a while back, and then he started doing 3D printing and stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say I remember when his machine went down.
Well, let me email G-Webs and see if he gets in here. Gun websites.
I'm sure he could point you to someone that he knows that will do it.
Join the chat. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. There's a link. Let's see if G-Webs joins.
Alan Anchor would be the only one I can think of offhand, but you got to do a whole design for him, and it's like $100-something to get it done to begin with.
Dude, I don't really have like a logo or anything, you know what I mean? I mean, I've got like the E Honda head that I put on the Cookie Monster's body holding an AK with a Canic in the background and all this other shit going on, but I don't know how well that would translate to a patch. And I just did that shit on like Photoshop or whatever, just cutting and pasting and doing bullshit when I was bored one day. I guess I could come up with something. Why not?
Yeah, you need some Honda merch.
Is anyone like you can buy the T-shirts off of Teespring for Never Enough Ammo? Do you got anyone out there have a Never Enough Ammo T-shirt?
I thought it was Spreadshirt.
I didn't even know he had T-shirts on Teespring.
Well, let's look.
I think G-Webs still sells Never Enough Ammo patches.
Never Enough Ammo. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. He used to have it on there.
Unscrupulous Rapscallion says you should do the tack rice patch.
Just send out like bags of it's like $50 and you get a bag of rice in the mail and it's just got like a Honda sticker on it.
That'd be fucked up.
Money. I gotta grab that vodka soon. Ultima Breaker 240 dropped in $10. It said planning an archery elk hunt in Colorado next September. Need to pick a sidearm, 686 plus or Glock 20. What do you guys think? I would go 686 plus, but what do you guys think?
686, yeah.
You're definitely going to save some money with a Glock 20 over 686, though.
I'd take the 20. 10 mil?
Yeah, you get more rounds that way, but...
Well, and it's cheaper. Like, what's a Glock 20? Like $600, $700 maybe?
Somewhere about there.
That's about what a Glock's
680. Yeah,
Glock's going to be mid-sixes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, versus the 686.
Gen 5, Gen 3 will be less.
686 plus is going to be closer to 1,000. So...
True.
No, I've actually seen them. You know, they've kind of gone down on a certain website. I've seen them as low as around 8.
I mean, I got mine for like 9. It was like 880, something like that. And then by the time you pay for shipping and transfer and well, I guess that's all you have to pay for. Tax, I guess, too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was well over 9 at a buddy of mine's gun shop.
The one I was referring to is if you like to grab.
Fallout says, any new Rona scandals? What's up with everyone getting sick and getting cancer? I think. Okay.
I had Rona. I got pop positive on the 1st, and then it was almost 2 weeks. No, first I went negative on the 13th.
I had a sore throat for like 6 weeks. And I never got tested because I don't fucking care about getting tested or, like, do I have it? Oh, no. And I'm tired of all the fucking dumbass liberals going around wearing masks in public. It's like, it's been proven not to work, A. B, you're wearing the wrong kind of mask, right? Like, it's supposed to be like the certain kind of mask, like surgical mask, and you're supposed to throw them away every hour or whatever, and da-da-da-da-da. But you have like a cloth like piece of shit over your face that doesn't actually do anything. And like you're acting all like holier than thou because you're the one fucking wearing a mask and I'm not. Like, fuck you, dude.
I look at that as the same as the people that wear like sweatshirts whenever it's 100 degrees out or shorts whenever it's 5 out. Like, they can wear whatever the fuck they want to wear. Just don't tell me I have to.
Exactly. That's like, remember that picture of Alyssa Milano where she was wearing that mask that looked like it was crocheted? It had holes all in it. You could see it
Did it herself.
Hold on, I'm gonna go grab some vodka. Give me a second.
$100 super chat. Honda will drink the bottle of Rittenhouse Rye.
Yeah.
Just kidding, guys. Danny will probably fucking do it just to be honoring.
There's actually talk now that LA County is going to try to bring back mask mandates from some chick who's not even a medical doctor.
I heard that last week.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta piss now too. God damn it!
Oh, you old fucking bastard! I swear.
So you know how out there in California they're going to be like, hey, we're going to give all trans like $1,800 a month or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that.
Expenses. Yeah. I'm thinking about going out there and just being like, okay, I'm trans. Can I get $1,800 a month?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I know people are going to do it. They're going to take advantage of the system. It's just like that one person that made all those 3D printed guns and turned them in and cleared almost $40,000.
Mm-hmm.
How much did it cost him to make that? I wonder.
Probably less than 100.
How much in time then?
Time would be a bunch.
Yeah, because each one's gonna take you like a day. I would think.
I bet you one of those. 12, 15 hours each one. Well, unless he did it with very little infill, so it was very brittle, you could do it quite a bit less.
He may have went that route. I don't know. I just saw pictures
I
of it. I
would've.
didn't actually hear anyone talk about it and describe her,
Ever So Numb says, needing to piss when you didn't think you needed to is a sign you need to get some fingers up the butt. I knew I needed to piss. It just reminded me when I stood up. Because I was sitting there watching fucking Yankees chat for the past hour, and I hadn't got up that entire hour. And like that was after I worked out and got dinner and stuff. I didn't pee that whole time. I haven't peed in like hours and hours is the problem. Oh, I lost the lid. It means I got to finish the bottle.
Yep. And we didn't even have to pay for it.
Right. 30 minutes later, and he's passed out snoring on the desk. He just dukes out.
3 Olives vodka is not bad if you guys have ever had it. It's like cheapish. I don't know, my rule with buying booze is no plastic bottle. Like it's got to be at least a glass. If it's not good enough to put in a fucking glass bottle, I don't want to drink it.
The smoke. I'm a stone cold gun slaying hustler. I don't get that. Oh well.
He tends to say a lot of random stuff.
Daniel says you should send our Lord and Savior a link. I send him a link every week. He just doesn't like coming on the show.
You send everybody a link, don't you? What,
yeah, I send a whole bunch of people a link who don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking pussies. Like I send Foos a link every week, but he only sporadically shows up.
Well, so with me, this is the reason I get sporadic is I get tired of talking about the same shit. So we'll talk, and once I start, we start rehashing the same shit. I'm like deuces for a while. So I get tired of it.
I try not to talk about the same shit ever, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just not you. It's just not you, but like Matt, Matt and stuff like that. Because I mean, Matt, yeah, you can only do so many headlines, and the shit just has been repeating itself for 5 years, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when we start talking about guns, I know that all these questions and gun owners are all different types of experience, but whenever I'm like, man, whenever I say the same stuff over and over and over, I just get tired of it.
The only thing that Matt talks about that I don't like talking about is the geek shit. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, he'll go on for fucking 45 minutes. And he's so excited to talk about shit that he doesn't let anyone else talk. Right. So you want to, like, say a joke or something because you thought that he was done, but he was just, like, taking a breath in between sentences, I don't know, dude.
Yeah, like you did the other day with the whole Star Wars. That was like a 30-minute segment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, you have like 7 people on the chat, but you might as well be doing this by yourself, bro. Like, yeah, it's whatever. I think Foos is saying he misses all the tranny sex talk. Have you checked out that channel in a while?
This tranny sex talk?
Yeah, you know the one.
No, I don't.
Hey, Foos, did you see that comment from the smoke?
Yeah. Like, I won't live there. I'll just go there and say I'm a tranny or whatever I need to do to get $1,800. I'll come, Oh, yeah, no. I have removed him from all my social media. I just, no.
For some reason. I just don't miss being sidetracked in the middle of what I'm trying to talk about with like some tranny bullshit,
Right.
Like if we're talking about tranny shit, like great, like you're the person to talk to. We're glad to have you on right now.
Yeah.
Zombie Killer says, "Fuck you, I love the geek shit." That's fine. I just stopped showing up for Matt's geek chat, and when he does the geek stuff on a regular chat, it gets kind of old sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I just watched Bullet Train, and that movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I really like. I hadn't seen it before, and I don't know. Like I was like just googling shit, like what's a good movie to watch? You know, what's a good newer movie? And everyone's like Bullet Train, Bullet Train, Bullet Train. So,
have you seen Violent Night yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Can you? I want to see that. I don't know where to see that, in an efficient manner where I don't have to pay.
I think you gotta wait till it's out because, like, on the website, it's still cam version.
Yeah, it is.
And I refuse to watch anything that's a cam version. It's just,
Yeah.
You know, I've tried it before, and it's okay sometimes, I guess, but
like I'm not gonna watch it during the middle of the year whenever it's actually out, and you know it's going to be behind a paywall next year.
Well, I mean, you could just go to F Movies.
I just put it in the side chat for them.
Yeah, or you go to Solar Movie. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just like pirated streaming services that you can use that are online that don't cost a fucking penny. They can give your computer AIDS if you're not careful. So watch out for computer AIDS, but
well, I will use my other computer that I don't care about because it's like 14 years old.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've got a shitty laptop that I use for shit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Daniel says, I can't watch Asian movies. I end up squinting my eyes and then I fall asleep.
Whenever I read that, I thought that squinting was squirting. I was like, because squirting your eyes. What are you squirting your eyes with?
Ever So Numb says, if you like Beefeater, then try Bombay Sapphire. It's so much better. Bombay Sapphire is one of my favorite alcohols, actually. I know a lot of people don't like gin because it's gin, and it kind of tastes like pine needles, especially like Tanqueray. But Bombay Sapphire tastes good. Like a Bombay Sapphire and tonic, or a Bombay Sapphire with some cranberry and lime and stuff in it. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Gin and juice.
I've been on a flavored whiskey kick. Like, you guys are gonna call this crazy, but the
peanut butter whiskey?
No, it's peach. Oh geez. What's the brand? Oh crap. I can't remember. But there's a peach liqueur in it, and it's really freaking good. Like just that and Dr. Pepper, you wouldn't think it's good, or just with Coke, it's really good. It's like 70 proof, so it's really not that bad. No, it's not really
flavored whiskey. Is they usually fucking take shitty whiskey and like put shit in it to make it taste good.
Yeah. You know? It's shitty whiskey. It's sub $20, but I like the flavor.
That being said, there's a blackberry whiskey that I really like. I forget the name of it, but it's like it looks purple when you pour it. It's like a blackberry. It's got like infused with real blackberry juice. Oh, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, so it's Jim Beam peach is what I've been drinking. So yeah, not great, but I really like it. I like the flavored whiskeys.
I want to get something good like some Lagavulin or some like Angel's Envy or something, you know? I hear Rakita talking about it all the time, and it's made me want some whiskey, some like good whiskey. But my dad ruined me on whiskey when I was little, so I probably won't like it.
What, did he make you drink too much?
Well, I've told this story before on the chat, but it was a hot day, and he was cleaning his SKS. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was really hot outside. It was playing in the backyard, and he was doing yard work. And he used to drink like a 44-ounce big gulp that was just full of ice, and then he'd pour Jim Beam until the cup was full, and he would drink the entire cup of Jim Beam, like nothing else. And like it was sitting and in the shade, and there was like condensation on the outside of the glass, and I was like 4 years old, and it was a hot day, and I was thirsty, and he was like, "Do you want some?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what is it?" And he goes, "It's apple juice," and hands it to me.
Oh, jeez.
And I took about 4 gulps of apple juice before I realized that shit ain't apple juice. And ever since then, I don't know, just that wood flavor, you know?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
Scott Patterson, I agreed. I like whiskey, but I don't like the whiskey flavor.
I fucking love whiskey.
Oh, it's just like some of it's okay, but I just
What's your whiskey that you like?
I love Jameson, Crown Royal. I like the Crown where it's got different flavors as well, like the green apple and
I like
the extra reserve or whatever it is, like the real old shit. Oh, that's so fucking smooth.
I like American turkey.
God, you like just shit fucking whiskey, don't you?
Yeah, I don't really like American mash whiskey though.
I like fucking red hot, whatever the fuck it's called. The shittiest whiskey I can buy. That turkey stuff.
Like Evans Williams. Oh, that shit's fucking nasty. It's like the generic Jack Daniels. Fucking disgusting.
I've heard the Metallica whiskey's pretty good.
Metallica?
What?
Yeah. Metallica makes their own whiskey now. And they sell their own whiskey. Because apparently no one likes their music anymore, so they have to sell whiskey now.
Blackened?
Yeah, it's something like that. I forget what it's called. I've heard it's really good.
$40.
Yeah.
And a limited edition one is $180. Huh. Might have to. It's a bourbon rye blend.
NC Lucky says, had to quit drinking. Last time I pulled a drink, almost died. Doctors told me next time I might not be so lucky. Is that why you're called NC Lucky?
Wait, no. May not be so lucky that you survived, or because world's getting going to shit.
North Carolina lucky that he didn't die from drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donnie says blackened is killer. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good for the price, for like a $40 bottle.
I'll have to check that out.
Calhoun says, I'm fixing to pour myself some Evan Williams bottled in bond. It's cheap bourbon, not that great.
Yeah, Evan Williams is not that good. I mean, it's all right if you that's all you got and just looking to drink and whatnot. But yeah, you can do better.
I swear I'll have that bottle of Rittenhouse Rye till the day I die because I will never fucking finish that shit.
No, what you need to do is whenever people come over, you have to give it to them.
Right, okay, yeah, that's how I'll get rid of it. I'll just pawn it off on people I don't like.
Whenever Matt comes in next week.
When Matt comes in, I got to hide all the booze.
Why?
He doesn't drink anymore.
He doesn't drink anymore. I don't want to tempt him. Yeah, everyone went straight edge on you, man. I don't smoke weed anymore. Fucking Matt doesn't drink anymore. That's like all we used to do on the chats.
Yeah. Back when the shit was good?
Yeah, back when the chats were actually fun. Cheers, by the way, fellas. I quit smoking, not drinking. That's not bad. A little vodka lemonade. Drinking Canadian Mist almost got me.
Yeah, Canadian Mist is okay too.
No.
It's like generic Crown.
So back in college, there was this one beer. It just said whiskey on it, and it looked just like Jack Daniels. Black label, everything, bottles identical. The font of the whiskey looked just like Jack Daniels, and it was like $5 a fifth.
Was it that must have been Evans because they do that.
Just like McCormick's, but they put it in a different bottle.
Yeah.
McCormick's is one that like I bought when I was like 17 years old. I mistered some dude outside of the liquor store to get me the biggest bottle of booze I could buy with my money.
Mm-hmm.
And he came out with a 175 of McCormick's vodka. Oh. Oh God,
I've never had Maker's Mark, so have y'all?
Maker's Mark's good.
I have.
They have it at like every bar ever.
That is true.
So if you're ever at a bar and you want to try Maker's Mark, order it because they have it. And that way you don't have to spend the $40 or whatever it is for a bottle.
I don't know. I just prefer Irish whiskey.
Yeah, I do like a little Irish whiskey. I don't know, for whatever reason, like Irish whiskey's okay. Have you ever had a green tea shot? You know what that is?
Not really, but I'm sure I have.
My favorite shot in the world. It's Jameson, peach schnapps, and sour, and then they shake it up and pour it into a glass. And like you can put so much Jameson in there that and like not even taste it. It's like amazing. It just tastes like a shot of green tea, like sweet green tea.
I might have to try that.
Oh, Blood on Steel's here. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, lad?
What's going on, Corey? You doing all right?
Oh yeah, doing good, brother. Doing good.
Good.
Oh, sounds like you got cops on your ass. What'd you do?
That's me.
Oh, that's you. He said that, and I heard the cops.
I say there ain't no cops way out where I'm at.
Yeah, I live right by the hospitals. They're always going by. Some meth addicts overdosing or some COVID jab person is having troubles. How do you say that on YouTube? I don't know.
I think you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you covered it.
Midget with Carrot Cake says, quit smoking a week ago after 12 years. I am drinking Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. That stuff's pretty good too.
Yeah, that's not bad.
What's the other one? The other Irish whiskey that's really popular? I can't remember the name of it right now. God damn.
Jameson?
Bushnell.
Bushnell, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Jameson.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, you're making me want to drink, and I'm not getting out.
Cheers, buddy. I thought I was going to have to pick up my son from work at some point tonight, but I don't have to, so I'm drinking. Bjorn says, is that the ATF? We'll find out in a minute, I guess.
Or are you going to get swatted?
Well, with everyone
Yeah, at
fucking
least you don't have
doxing
a
me
dog.
online like I'm Elon Musk or something, yeah. Speaking of that, did you see Adam Schiff talking about this? Elon Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist, justify turning a blind eye to hatred and bigotry on Twitter. But when journalists report unfavorable news, they are banned without warning. The devotion to free speech is apparently not that absolute, but the hypocrisy is. Do you guys know about this story?
So didn't the guy lie or something?
No, what happened was there was a guy who researched online. Okay, here's where Elon is this week, right? This is where he flew
okay.
This is the day that he flew in. This is the kind of plane that he has as his private jet. Let me look at all of the flight logs from this airport and figure out which jet it is. And then I'm going to post online to everybody exactly where he is so that people know. And then it's motherfucker's gotten all kinds of death threats and stuff. People are going after his kids and shit like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was about to say, one of
that's
them was
not
actually
cool.
his
That's
kid.
attacking an individual versus just talking.
And it's not unfavorable news, as Adam Schiff puts it. And I say, I wrote this. What a fucking piece of shit this dude is. Free speech applies to unpopular speech, things that people don't want to hear, disagree with, or are offended by. Not doxing, which is exactly what these quote-unquote journalists were suspended for on Twitter. If you don't know the difference, shut the fuck up. I hate Adam Schiff, dude. He's one of the worst gaslighters. He's one of the worst liars. He's anti-American. He's pro fucking world government. He's pro WEF, the World Economic Forum's whole spiel that they try to implement in different countries. He's the front man. He's the guy who they
from
paid to
China.
like make that shit happen.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
also
I
a
can't
known
stand
deep
him.
state cunt too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was the one. He's one of the dudes who like stuffed up the Trump organization and the Trump presidency, I should say, with Russia hoax accusations for 3.5 years. You know, like same dude without evidence, and he
Oh,
would
yeah.
go out to the media and make fucking like statements about how, well, it's only we're gonna have this thing drop next week that's gonna blow your mind, and like all the media would go crazy and be like, Trump's about to go to jail. And then it was just a bunch of bullshit because it's Adam Schiff and he's literally full of shit. And figuratively.
Aren't they all?
Literally and figuratively, yes. Calhoun says, may or may not have a pin dropped on your apartment in my Google Maps from watching the 24-hour chat, but I'd never dox you. You got to earn that by watching the whole chat, in my opinion. And again, dude, like I guess if you've watched everything I've ever done online and you paid careful fucking attention and you've like screenshotted and froze the fucking shit at the appropriate time on this chat or that chat, you could probably put it together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but just doing that and knowing it is totally different than knowing it and then telling everyone where you are all the time.
Yep.
Well, that's why
Sharing that
that's why
information.
Mr. F and H got banned. That's why a couple of the shoots got banned. That's
Mhm.
why TC got banned. All those motherfuckers knew that shit, and they're posting it on Yankees chat. They're posting it on Matt's chat. They're coming in here, posting it on my chat.
I heard
Yeah,
they
I
were
can't
doing it in other
stand
people's
F&H.
chat as well.
Another chat? Whose?
Yeah, that's
Right.
not cool.
Didn't one of them end up doing it like on Terribly Tacticals that night or one time?
I think you're just making shit up now.
I don't know. I heard someone say that in the chat one night.
Corey stoking the flames.
Nah, fuck you. No.
No, that's fucked up though. I was glad you got rid of F and H because he was just like fucking TC to me.
Well, he's still a mod on Yankees chat. He was fucking talking shit earlier tonight when I was like watching Yankees 1000 chat. He's like, well, waiters can't afford that. I make $1,600 a week.
Yeah, and
That's
TC was starting bullshit on Matt's chat sometime or another, and I would try to hide him, and F and H would unblock him.
Man,
Yeah, he was just fuck. I don't know what was wrong with him. And then the way he just bitched out and left and threw a hissy fit and because he got unmodded. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's not that fucking serious.
Yeah, he got outmodded, so then he threw a fucking fit to the point where he got banned.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, he got banned for doxing.
Right, that was the fit that he was throwing.
Do a
What
shot
you got
of
there,
it?
Pussy boy?
it's one I built.
Mm.
It's a Franken gun.
Here's the gun you broke. You remember this one?
No, I didn't break it.
Technically, it jammed on me.
Yes.
Well, fuck both of you.
After I put a magazine through it.
Yes.
If
And
we
then
just
that's
had
the
a
gun you
fucking
put your hand on.
if we just had a cleaning rod, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
It's just a stuck
Yeah.
case.
No,
I mean, when I
this-
think about it, we probably could have got it out with like a fucking with a knife.
I don't know that the chamber is pretty deep on ARs.
Yeah, it is. It'd be hard to get to it, but you could do it.
Now, if it was an AK, yeah, easily.
Cheers.
But
people.
no, this is just a Franken build I have. Just sitting right here. It's a M4 profile barrel,
Ooh, I love
Government profile.
15-inch handguard,
nice.
carbine length. So like my gas port's right here.
I don't know. People talk shit on carbine length, but I honestly think
reliable, they're overgassed.
I think it's the most reliable.
But they're overgassed. I mean, well, I have one upstairs, and I'm going to, well, once my suppressor gets out of jail, I'm going to be putting it on there. But that's going to be, I want to get a adjustable gas block, but I can't do it with my setup. So
How long's
I
your
like the
suppressor
full-
been in jail?
What?
How long's your suppressor been in jail?
He got it in late June.
Yeah, I thought I remember you talking about it's been in there for a fucking while.
Yep. Ballistic tip, Hornady.
Honestly, like if I was gonna run a suppressor, I'd probably want mid-length or like rifle length gas system.
Yeah, well,
Because
I'm
then
gonna
it
take
tends
him
to have
very
less gas
slow.
blowback in your face and shit.
Well,
But if
what
you
I'm
have the
gonna
right charging handle and everything, like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, so I'm going to take them on build up. I have epoxy and stuff. I could build up a seal back here so I won't have a whole bunch of gas blowback.
Just get the gas buster charging handle.
I don't want to do it. I'd rather build it up myself.
What are you, gay?
Yes.
All right, well.
That settles that.
No. So, yeah, I have that one right there. I have my LCR right here, and I'm at my work desk. So.
I have all my guns by the front door because people kept knocking on my door today, and I'd grab one and be like, "Oh, it's a package," and then I threw the gun on the couch, and then I was sitting here, and then someone else knocked on the door, and I like grabbed my other gun, my other handgun that was sitting right here, and I like, "Oh, it's another delivery." Like, okay, never mind, and I threw that one on the couch, so they're all on the couch now.
Yeah, this is all I have down here.
I got this bad boy sitting right here.
Sitting right here.
It's not a
Gripping
handgun.
fucking Glock 17. My fucking finger is damn near going to the end of the barrel, end of the slide.
Well, it's because you're like half Sasquatch, dude. Can't help that.
Oh,
So,
yeah, I love that fucking gun. That is purty. She's
Yeah, that's a
purty.
good looking gun, man. You did good on that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, Honda's gunsmith. He can't do nothing with guns. He's
Well,
just
that's
got
like
to ruin it.
Matt asked me if I would take a gun that you gunsmith, like that Mosin. I'm like, shit, yeah, I would.
There's my 17.
I mean, I didn't do anything to the metal on this gun,
Can't see it, Foosh, yet. Hold on.
but when it comes to woodworking, I can work my wood pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I bet
Your
you could,
wood,
big
others'
boy.
wood,
All the wood.
all the wood.
Yeah. How many rounds you got through it now? Like 30?
I'm probably about 2,500.
Oh. So, okay. Oh, that's right. 'Cause you hadn't had that one long. Your CZ is the one you got like, what, 30,000 through?
Oh no, my CZs. One of my guns. I probably have about 85,000, and the other one's probably 60.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I have this. I have a piece of cardboard right here.
Yeah.
As you see, it's not in battery. So as I dry fire, I still have full trigger.
I feel like you're gonna shoot the neighbors.
Well, my bedroom's right above me, so
You're gonna shoot your TV.
Shoot your bed. You got a
I'm not
hole in
gonna
your
say
gas,
that
you got a dick hole.
Have you guys ever had an AD?
I have in my old house. Yes. Well, it wasn't AD; it was an ND. It was totally my fault.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I meant. ND.
Yeah.
I've had an
Luckily, no.
And what I was doing, I was watching like a Bond movie or something, and I was practicing reloading, dropping the magazine, and then like running the slide. But I was doing it in such a way that there was never a bullet in the chamber, you know. And I fucked up the order, and I was shooting bad guys on the TV, and I killed my fucking TV.
I shot this one today, and I had it so hot that after a magazine, I just had like smoke rolling out of the nose. Like it was hot to about here. All this up here.
I've had an AD too, actually. When I think about it, my AK, the fucking the safety, like the safety lever, when you pull it up to put it on safe, sometimes it goes past the fucking the guard or whatever,
And it tripped your sear?
Yep, and it went up far enough and it tripped the sear and fucking shot a hole through the ceiling.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
And it went through the ceiling, through the couch above my bedroom, through a fucking like part of a wall, through that ceiling, into the roof, and I don't know if it went through the roof or if it stayed there, but that bullet went through everything.
Damn.
If you're gonna like accidentally shoot a gun, don't shoot an AK inside. It's bad.
Right.
I would say so.
Had to go get my emotional support AR.
Oh yeah, what you got there, buddy? Magpul basic bitch setup with your spark, or did you have the crossfire on that?
Nope, that's the spark. That's my $45 optic.
My crossfires are still upstairs unopened.
Really?
How many did you get?
2.
I got 2 crossfires and I got this spark here.
I don't even have. Well, I have an AK that I have a top cover on that I can put it on, and then I have another one that I need to buy a side rail for.
Got that 40 rounder mag in there. Just because, why not?
How do vortexes hold up to the heat of an AK when you put it on the gas tube? I wonder.
Don't know.
Don't know either.
Because I know if you
clue.
shoot your AK too much and you've got like whatever that fucking mounting system's called, I can't remember what it is right now. You can cook the fuck out of your optic and then it's just gone.
Later, Tara. Tara says good night. She's got to roll.
Night, Tara. Yeah. I got this one. I think it was like 250-ish, 30-30.
Nice.
The only thing that was wrong with it is it needed a new front sight. So $2 or $3 and put it on there.
Hell yeah.
I still like mine better, even though it's 357 Magnum, not 30-30.
Well, this has Adam W right here on the plus.
They're both very nice guns.
Who the fuck's Adam W?
I don't know. The person who probably owned it before, or probably sold it to the pawn shop that I bought it from.
To get in place.
Take the wood off and send it to me. I'll refinish it and send it back.
I mean, there's enough that you could probably do that. Because there's a good lip right here.
I can put enough polyurethane on that bitch till it's like it builds back everything I sanded off and more.
Yeah. It's deep.
Oh, shit, he scratched that in.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Damn.
I don't care. I think I traced it back to like, I think 72 or 73 is whenever it was built.
I like those older guns. Something about an older gun, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, watch this. Tell me what you guys think. Oh, do I have the right setting on? Okay.
Security. And if you someone to just click the strap in, outside, in and out, right? So that word doesn't show. I will not put it in the whole different.
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can barely hear her myself.
And then you advise me also you will get the new flight.
How about now?
Better.
So you wanna come out of the chat range just get everybody up where they.
So she's like, if you don't take off that shirt or turn it inside out, I'm going to have to discipline the whole plane.
No. If anything, it would just be him because, profanity. But I've seen a hell of a lot worse than that.
Dude, I wore a hoodie that said "fuck cancer" on an airplane, and no one said a fucking word to me.
Yep.
You showed me something.
All right, it's a call, and you could go ahead and look it up online, right on the jet, there's a computer.
If it's online, just pull out the cell phone.
But that's not inconvenient.
No. You're making it inconvenient. Because last time I checked, I lived in the United States of America with the First Amendment, freedom of press, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. Do I not? Ma'am, do I not? No. Do I not? Ma'am, do I not?
Okay.
Do I not have the freedom of press, or freedom of religion, or freedom of speech anymore in this country?
It's something very simple.
It's not simple. It's not simple. My dad served in the United States. No. My dad served in the military, so I got the freedom today. And now you're telling me I have to take off my hoodie.
No problem.
Wow.
Daniel says, "Who do you think is worse, Biden or cancer?" I mean, for the individual, probably cancer. For the country, probably Biden.
Definitely Biden.
Here we go.
Biden is a cancer to the country.
Oh, what you got here now? One of them Gavers?
No.
The fuck kind of Swiss ingenious kind of thing is that there you got now? I can tell by the bolt handle there that's Swiss engineering.
Yep.
That's that old, I forget what they call that.
1889. Look at that bolt.
Damn.
Here are the locking lugs.
What caliber does that shoot? Can you even find it?
It's GP90. It's 7.5. Basically 7.5 Swiss, but you can't put the GP11 stuff through it or you'll blow it up.
Boom, 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 kaboom.
Yeah. 12 round magazine. Back in the 1800s. This is my oldest gun, not a gun.
That thing deterred Nazis. I don't know if it killed any Nazis, but it definitely deterred them.
Isn't that the one that has the sight on it that reaches way the fuck up out there?
What's that?
Your sight on that? Doesn't it reach way out there? Like 2000?
It goes out 2,000.
Yeah, that was the one you showed me before.
Yeah, 300 to 2,000.
Now, is that meters or arshins or what kind of backwards metric system they got over there in Switzerland?
I'm thinking it's meters,
Yeah, you're probably right.
but oh my god, how'd you? This is 2,000. So hold on,
Dude, that's got to be like volley fire shit, you know?
Gotta be.
This is me at it's a 300 meter zero, so I'm on it at 300. Here's 2,000.
It's like lobbing a grenade over there. I feel like I've seen that gun Unforgotten.
You got to hip fire it to reach 2,000.
What?
I said you got to hip fire it to reach 2,000.
Send it with a hope and a prayer.
Exactly.
I feel like I've seen that
Mary.
Gun Jesus. You know, Forgotten Weapons.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I almost don't feel like talking about news tonight. I don't know why. Maybe it's the alcohol talking.
You drunk bastard, you.
I'm not even drunk yet.
Yeah, but something cool about this is semi-free floated because it's being touched here and here. Everywhere underneath here, the wood's actually not touching the barrel.
You're making me want to grab all my old guns. I have to open my safe to do it, though.
This is my oldest.
My oldest is a #1 Mark III.
This one would be my
Second oldest is my Chilean Mauser. That was 1894. This one's 1889.
Yeah, I think it's 1908. Hold on, let me look at what it is. forget where it says it. Oh, 1910. This bitch is pretty old.
And the thing is, this trigger is pretty damn good.
110, 113 years old now.
This gun was 100 years old whenever I was 8.
Damn.
You're an old fucker.
No shit.
You're the same age as me is the problem. Sucks getting old, man. If you guys are like, oh, 41's old. You guys are old. Oh, keep breathing, motherfucker. It'll happen to you, too.
All right. So did you see my new purchase the other day, Honda?
Yeah, you just been buying wheel guns.
Yeah. This is my wife's birthday present. Or not birthday, Christmas present. Sorry. Same model, just different barrel lengths.
I feel like that's something that you're like, hey, honey, you like gun? You here? Have this thing, and she's like, I didn't really want that. You're like, booyah, another gun for me.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if she's like, yeah, I was just kidding. Well, or I got 2 of them, so who gives a fuck? Yeah, and I got them both for shit, a great deal. They were both $250 a piece.
About tree fitty.
This one I got at your local Buds. Your friend had a nice little auction for it.
Didn't you win one of the his cock 45 guns?
Oh no, fuck no.
Do those sell for more for some dumb reason?
They do. They usually go for, close to double, if not double, depending on what the fuck it is. Oh no, it's loaded.
That's
I honestly,
because
the
Cock 45 shot it in a YouTube video, and now I have it in my hands, and I'm gonna jizz all over it.
Right?
Like, no, you just bought a used gun for way too much money.
Mm-hmm. Still love this bitch. I don't care what anyone says.
Just don't get your dick caught in there.
Oh, why? That's the best part.
Have you seen its big brother? The SKS's big brother?
What's that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What's it called? I can't remember the name of it. It's basically, it works exactly the same as an SKS, like down to every little bit of it, like short stroke gas system, fucking magazine, the way it feeds, everything about it. An SKS is based upon that gun, but it's an anti-tank gun. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you, Calhoun. The PTRS.
Oh shit! Look it up.
Yeah.
Come on, Soccer. Look at the bitch up.
Fuck you.
Here we go. Here's another one.
Here's the PTRS.
Oh,
It's
shit.
still being used today.
That's cool as shit.
In
I would
Ukraine.
take one of those.
Dude, and it like mechanically, it's exactly the same as an SKS. Exactly.
Isn't it like 48 pounds or something like that?
It's gigantic and huge.
How long is it?
Like 7 feet.
No, the barrel is 48 inches.
Like 4 feet. It's like 7 feet by the time the whole gun's there, though. Dude, look at that thing.
Mm-hmm. 5
yeah,
round magazine.
So that would stand taller than me. Shit. I'd still rock that bitch in a heartbeat.
And it probably wouldn't take out a fucking tank these days because the way tanks are. But that thing would take out like any other piece of equipment on the field.
I bet you that would probably immobilize a tank if you catch it in the tread.
Yeah, if you shoot it in the exact right spot, yeah, probably you could do some
In a
damage.
road wheel. You'd probably crack a road wheel with it.
It would decimate a 2-legged creature.
Oh, it's hunting or something like that?
It's a 14 and a half millimeter projectile.
shooting at like 3,000 feet per second. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Who's
Duke.
that?
Who just
What's up,
joined?
baby?
Dude,
Dookie Duke.
Holy shit!
how are
Hold
you,
on.
dude?
What's
I'm
up,
good.
Dookie, baby?
From
It's
the
been
side
it's been
chat.
too long, buddy.
Fix bayonets?
I miss your voice. I miss your face. I miss everything about you.
I'm good, baby. Good. Look in the side chat, all of you, before we talk. But yes, I'm doing great. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, got it. No worries.
Yeah.
Understood.
Cool.
Yep.
So yeah,
10-4
baby.
on that.
What's up? What's up, baby? Oh, I miss you guys so much. What's going on?
Yeah, we miss you too, brother.
Talk to me. Give me all the good news that your lives are well, families are good.
Oh
Everything's
yeah,
great, man.
Play with guns.
How's your family? You all ready for Christmas?
Oh yeah, I'm real. Yes, kids are all ready to rock and roll. Shopping's done. 4 more days of work, and then all the rest of the year off for Christmas. So
Oh,
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited.
nice.
Yeah. Yes.
I basically got 2 more days of work until Christmas right now. Because
Nice.
I took a couple days off because Matt's coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right. When is that's hopefully happening soon.
He's leaving on Thursday. I thought he was leaving on Wednesday, but he lied.
Okay.
So I'll probably have a half day on Thursday, Friday, and Monday off.
Nice.
Come on down to Colorado, man. We'll be hanging
Yeah.
out. Come
We
down
I would,
Colorado
but Matt's
way.
gonna be there.
We do need to plan the meetup.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
saying this shit since fucking Tulsa, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, never going back to Tulsa.
Don't
we
blame
should-
you.
Just like a nice long weekend, like a Friday to a Monday or something, or Friday to Sunday or something like that. Would be just a couple days. Would be nice.
See,
Yeah, we
I
definitely
keep pushing for it. This is my idea. Camping trip with Dragon Man in the center, like a sandwich.
Yeah, that would be super fun.
And we could go like paintballing or do something cool too, you know?
Yeah, I would be really into that.
Like there's no gun shows in Colorado that are fucking worth going to. Trust me. I've been to
Not
them.
anymore.
Never.
It would
Not
be
my
good.
entire adult life.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, it'll be good. We'll talk offline and figure that out, and it'll be fun. It'll be a good
How
time.
are you? Did you just like wake up from a nap and you're like, oh, I got a link to a chat. Let me show up. Like what's going on right now? How are you awake?
No, I've been. To be honest, I was sleeping. And I know, surprisingly enough. I was sleeping and I had a horrible dream, and it was so bad that
You decide to wake up and come here?
I had to talk to someone and just like get away from it. You ever had that? Like you?
Oh, yeah.
There was zero chance of me sitting in bed thinking about what I had just
Winfield.
experienced.
Dude, when I used to smoke weed all the time, like I would never remember my dreams. And I would often enough wake up in like a cold sweat, you know, like everything's sweaty and I'm like, I don't know why. And then other times I wouldn't sweat and I wouldn't know why.
Yeah.
But now that I stopped smoking weed, it's directly related to the dream that I'm having.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having a bad dream about something that's going on or some imagined fear or whatever it is, I'll wake up like fucking like all cold sweat and shitty. But if I'm having good dreams, I'll sleep all night.
Yeah.
I don't remember my dreams.
Oof.
You want to talk about it? You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I'll talk to you. It'd probably be good to get it off the old mind. So it was a dream that, and it always when it involves your family, it's worse.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I was with my wife and children, and like her side of the family were there, and we were moving. And I can't remember if we were moving out or in, and I think we were moving into a very large house. And there was a room in the house in which some woman was explaining to us was haunted. And I cared very little about that woman telling us that, like it was a concern, and my wife was the opposite, which is pretty spot on with her. She would be more like inclined to be worried about that stuff than I would to not care on that end. It's fun to joke about, but in reality, like I don't like if someone tells me that, I'm not going to care. Um, and the woman was explaining that the people in the house before would take religious objects and turn them upside down, and that would create like, and they would do like bad things to objects to like invite other things to come there. And it didn't really bother me, and I opened up a drawer and there was all these like religious things like turned upside down, and it was like something, and there was a radio on and it was talking as if it was like trying to communicate, and my son was in there, and it got like super dark and something was pulling him, and my wife was screaming and I was trying to pull him back. And then I was like, no, this isn't that big of a deal. But it was just a terribly dark thing that was with my family. And I mean, it doesn't really go much deeper than that, I guess. But it was just, I guess, the feeling I got in that moment, and then when I woke up. So it was.
You think it could be your like subconscious telling you to get your son off of electronic devices?
Yeah.
Like buy the kid some toys, throw him outside, and make him play in the rain, kind of thing.
We do pretty well. We really separate. He's very, and he does such a good job at we I mean, he plays with his trains and toys way more than he ever touches anything electronic, which I'm very happy about. Yeah, we got him those the Thomas the Train wooden tracks, and he builds his own tracks all the time, and we do a big thing, and he always makes a city, and so that's probably one of the biggest things I'm happy about, is that he doesn't live his life on a tablet.
Now, would you classify your son as like a Diesel or a Thomas? Or...
Yeah.
Sorry, I just watched Bullet Train last night. It's a great movie.
I watched it too last night.
Oh, that's weird.
Or night before.
Well, he's an expert on trains, so we know all of the intricacies of different trains and their models. So really, that's fun, and he's obsessed with it. So it's a fun little obsession that we do. So
my youngest son was obsessed with dinosaurs for the longest time, and you could ask, and I think that's something that boys go through.
Oh yeah,
like, whoa, there were these monsters that lived on the planet a long time ago.
Yeah,
they're not here anymore, but I want to know about them. You know?
Yeah. But I think there's something to the train thing, because at our old house where he was like born and spent his first year and some, the city train was right behind our house, and the train would go by like every 20 minutes, loud as hell.
Oh, that sucks.
And I think there's like some subconscious like realization that like he heard it all the time and loved it, or grew up with it, so now he's got a fascination with them. I don't know, it's cool.
Dude, everybody loves the sound of a train in the distance, as what's that dude's name said in that song, but no one wants it right behind their house.
Yeah, it was when you were outside, if we were ever outside, we'd like have picnics outside with him or something, or it would be so deafening that it was uncomfortable physically how loud the train was. If you've ever been that close to like a freight train or whatever the other trains that were in the area, it would just shake your core. And we were right next to the crossing.
Yeah, so they had to blow their horn every time they went by.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I had a girlfriend that had it was like a rental house that she lived in for a period of time.
Yeah.
And it was like super good deal, right? And like the landlord lady took him out to see it and timed it so that the entire time they spent at the property was time that the train wasn't going by.
Oh.
And they like checked it out, and they like signed the lease, and then they went home, and then move day came in, and they got all their stuff, and they brought it to the new house.
No.
And they're moving in, and the train goes by. They lived there for one lease period, and they got the fuck out. But it was a really good deal anyway, for that reason.
Well, it's like the Jake and Elwood thing, right? With Jake's Elwood's apartment.
Yeah, same thing with my apartment in the hospital. Like the hospital's right there, so every like 15 fucking minutes, like there's like 2 fire trucks and an ambulance that go by.
Yeah,
I used to work in a rail yard when I was 18 and 19. Yeah, I got fucking old quick listening to the train horn all the time.
I mean, but
what I did is I welded and repaired and refurbished rail cars. So I would end up fucking running 6-foot long beams, just welding the fucking carts back together, welding poles. Yeah.
I used to live in a house that was surrounded by parking lot. It was an old farmhouse that the guy just never wanted to give up, and like a Kmart was literally built around it. And to me, it was like a 1 studio room apartment above a garage, and was $425 a month, and I loved it. As a single dude before I met my wife, it was the best deal ever. The parking lot was always plowed and salted and nice, but like I just parked outside, and you find those good places like that. It was a pretty good deal. And I remember when I got married, I was getting married, and I was told the guy, like, all right, I'm not going to re-up my lease. I'm going to leave. He's like, what do you mean? You don't want to move your wife in here? I'm like, it's roughly the size of a bedroom, man. Like, I'm getting married, and I live here out of convenience. I'm not like, it was nice, but I mean, it was perfect. I mean, just you're a single guy running around. What do you just need a place to, sleep? Like, not that big of a deal, man. But I'm like, I'm gonna be a big man now. I'm gonna be some scavenger.
I mean, you're already in the Walmart parking lot. It's like you never need to keep the pantry full. The pantry's in,
Well, yeah, and there was a gas station across the street, a Taco Bell, a Wendy's, and a Subway or something. And I mean, it was right off the highway. It was perfect. I mean, it was literally a guy, his childhood home had just, and he rented out the other half. There was like the other part was a whole family, and then there was one little area where he had an office. And I mean, the guy was making bank on it because he sold, had both because the house, I think, he tried to sell me or get me to rent the house first, and I think it was like $800. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's way too much for me. But yeah, it just wasn't what I wanted.
God, I wish I could find a place that was a house for $800 a month.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was nice. It was like $800 a month, and it was 3 or 4 bedrooms, and
wow.
Moved to Texas.
Yeah, and that was rent. It was, I mean, yeah. You'd be surprised what you could find in the Michigan area, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of living very low.
Area.
Pat Wright says, "Just woke up, no idea what's going on." Daryl Dixon is my final answer.
Daryl Dixon, that is my final answer. That is true.
Daryl
That was
Dixon.
one of the funniest moments ever with you on the chat.
Yeah, that was funny.
You're like, dude, you fall asleep. No, I didn't, baby. All right, well then answer my question. Daryl Dixon.
It was a shot, dude. It was a shot.
I mean, you had a percentage chance of winning, honestly.
Yeah, you had a good percentage.
It was there, I figure sometimes you just gotta lob that grenade. And like, well, I'll get somebody. Hopefully he's bad. Yeah.
Man, dude, I missed the fuck out of you. I'm sorry, I sent that message when you sent the message in the group chat, and I sent the message back, and I won't say what either message was, but I instantly regretted it. I was like, dude, I'm such a dickhead.
No, you're not. I know you, and I know your heart, and that's all that matters. So
okay, well, I still feel bad about it, and I didn't mean it like that.
I know, and it's okay. So don't worry.
All right.
Thank you for saying that. We're good, brother. But
all right.
Well, can I answer or respond to a comment in the comment section?
No, fuck you. You don't get to say anything. Redheaded, soulless bastard. Yes, go ahead.
But Calhoun was saying that he just found out that I used to be a welder. Yeah, I was a welder for 4 or 5 years. My first job, like I said, was in the working on refurbishing rail cars, and then I left there and started working building oil field equipment where I was TIG welding.
Oil.
Oh,
Oil field.
Oh,
oh.
Yeah.
How do you say it, Duke?
I built oil field equipment, so that was fucking fun. Made bank doing that, but did
How
that
do
for a
you say
while
the
and
word
then ended up
oil?
going into the oil field myself.
Oil.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
It's definitely
Fucking
oil.
excited Southerners over there.
As a guy who invaded a whole country for it, I would like to say maybe slight a bit of an expert of what it's actually called. It's also known as freedom, but it's hard to pronounce it sometimes, depending on the time of the 2000s you want to talk about.
I mean, freedom, oil, tomato.
I mean, right? I mean, speaking of that, didn't Avatar come out today?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to give you freedom at the price of oil.
I wonder how
I
that'll
heard it's
do.
not that great. I heard it wasn't that great.
I heard it wasn't good either.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard anything about it, so that tells you.
Matt
Except
was
that the only thing I heard about it, this is about months ago, but it has to be like the highest grossing ever just to turn a profit.
Well, that's
it's
what the guy, what's his name?
James Cameron.
Thank you. Said about it based upon the amount of money that they spent to make it.
It's just we're not there. This isn't 2009. It's the only people that are going to see it are the people that liked the first one enough. I don't know.
I'm not.
Matt was talking about it last night on Trigger Time. He said it wasn't that great. He wasn't impressed.
Well, the
there's
first
no
one
follow.
was such a phenomenon, and so many people liked it so much. If you guys remember, there were news stories about people who literally committed suicide because they could not have their own avatar.
Yeah, it was big at the time. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was Christmas 09, right?
Yeah.
They probably had other shit going on, let's be honest, but
wow, I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there was like a wave of people who like killed themselves, and in their death note, at least part of it was like, and I can't be an avatar, I can't have an avatar, I can't go to whatever the name of that planet is. So I'm done with this. I'm out. Checking out.
Wow.
Yeah. Again, I don't think these people were probably that mentally stable to begin with.
Oh no.
If a movie could drive you to the point of suicide, like, you're probably building your foundations on sand, but
there's no cult following for that movie, so nobody. I don't know. I think it's a bland. I think it didn't age well. No one cared about it in the future, and
well, it took him too long. That's the thing. Like, if they'd come out with it in a timely manner, within like
exactly
3 years, something like that, then there would have been a lot more people who were like way into it. But since it was over a decade, what was it, 2009?
Yeah, it's been like 12 years.
Yeah, 13 years later, they come out with a fucking new movie. It's like, well, fucking, half the people who like that movie died of COVID. Like,
probably. That's probably true. The people who are really into that are like, oh, COVID got me.
I can't breathe. Put me on a ventilator.
Because it was probably it probably was a morbidly obese person who was like, I can't wait to just change my body out.
Oh, we're going to hell. God damn it.
What was that movie where they did that? It was like a video game thing? Not a video. What movie was that where they were all like grossly ugly, but they were other people in real in you would send like your
surrogates?
Was that what it was called?
Was it Bruce Willis in it?
I can't remember. Maybe
that's the one that he was in.
See, I was thinking like Wall-E, where they're all running around in the chairs and everyone's super fat.
It was like a video where like you would stay at home and you would sit in this like bed thing and you would send another version of you. It would be like younger and fitter.
Yeah, that was surrogates.
Would go to work. Okay.
I never saw that one.
Same.
Dr. Pecker says, I posted my modified 1022 and pew pew porn. Finally got my barrel today. First trigger job on a gun was sketchy at first, but runs like a dream and still dropped safe. Sorry, I've been drinking. Let's look at this. Dr. Pecker.
Nice.
Pew pew porn. 1022.
Last one.
The bull barrel.
Ooh.
Yep.
Nice.
Nah.
Very nice.
See, I got my Franklin Armory 1022 C2 binary trigger in mine, and I attempted to put it in myself. But those 1022 triggers have so many little fiddly bits, you need like elf fingers to get it done. And I have like not elf fingers, so I couldn't get it done. I had to take it to a gunsmith. Actually, I think, check it out. I happen to have mine right here. This is probably, out of all my guns, least practical.
Wait, can we break that one too?
No, we just stopped shooting it because I didn't want anyone else to break another gun of mine.
Yeah, Foosh, you outran that trigger.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No, well, this one you can't outrun. This one, I don't care if you have a Michalik finger, dude. You can't outrun because the bolt on these 1022s is so fucking quick that there's no way to outrun it. But
What? Oh no, that was
That
the
was-
9mm with a
yeah, that was this one, which I also happen to have right here. That was this guy.
that's the one I broke.
Yeah, and I got it home and it works fine. I don't fucking know what happened to it. I don't know how that happened. It's like you can put it on binary, right?
Yeah, like I ran it and it broke. Gave it to someone else, it worked fine. I ran it again, it broke, and then no one else could run it.
Well, yeah, because you're trying to go like it's like a binary.
Hondo, will you full screen that so I can see it?
Yeah.
Foosh was
Okay.
figuring that
Thank
fucking
you.
trigger like he would have won.
Just because I'm sitting there running pedo splits on pulling the trigger.
Oh, that looks nice.
The fuck is a pedo split? That's gross.
That's a really good looking gun.
Less than
Yeah,
0.818
very good looking.
second.
Yeah, now it's got the flip sights on it and shit, and the Vortex Spark for $40.
Definitely looks way better
Yep,
with that
you
fucking
did
Scorpion mag than that Glock mag.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And they're a little bit more. Like if you get the Glock mag version of this gun from PSA, I think they're like $600, and this one's 800-ish. But honestly, it fucking looks way better.
It does.
Something to be said for second kind of cool, as Nothing Fancy would say. But I do like your 1022 you got here. Too bad you don't have the Franklin Armory C2 trigger in it. Because you don't have to run it on binary mode.
So that's just an ARV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a 16-inch with the Glock for $600.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get it for less with the Glock mag. But the thing about the Glock mags is, and I don't know every brand, every fucking gun, whatever, of the two that I've shot, both of them had feeding problems. Because the I don't know, like the magazine angle or whatever, like the bullets come in at too steep of an angle and they have to go up that ramp and it fucks it up. Again, I don't know, dude. Maybe it was just the two that I ran, but I also don't like how they look. Pecker says, I wanted to get the binary as it is basically a machine gun in MD's eyes. Is that Maryland? What the fuck state is MD?
Yeah. I think it is Maryland.
Yeah, it's Maryland.
I don't like your state, Dr. Pecker. I've been there. It was gross. At least the area that I was in by DC. Oh my god, dude. It was a shithole. What was the name of that? Laurel, Maryland. Oh my god. If you live near or in Laurel, Dr. Picker, I feel bad. I'm sure the whole state's not like that, but that particular city left a bad taste in my mouth. MD is gross, says Calhoun. I don't know, like the whole East Coast is just too many fucking people, bro. Too many people, not enough space, not enough like freedom, too much restriction, too much bullshit from government, especially around DC, which kind of infects all of the areas around it, like Maryland, like fucking Baltimore, like all of those areas just have like the infection of federal government inside of them.
And they also have this weird, like, if you don't know and you didn't grow up in that neighborhood, like nobody likes you for a while. I
Right.
don't like that feeling. Like you got to know everybody, know everybody's beef and everybody's like story before you even closely fit in. And I get that to a point. I understand there's some benefit to that kind of lifestyle, but also it's just like the mid and the east or the west coast ish, and like even the midway, like doesn't ever feel like that because people, like everyone moved to the west coast, but like in the past generation or two, it feels like. But it feels like everybody was born in the East, like since the Pilgrims.
LA's kind of got that feeling too. It's
So-
not about. It's like who you
So-
know, like like what do you do for a living? You know, like that's a question that everyone asks, and depending on the answer to that question is how much attention do they pay to you afterwards.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say
Southern East Coast is great though. It's really good down here, except for the heat in the summertime.
that? Like North Carolina, South Carolina?
Yeah. Well, we got Georgia. They're trying to flip it, of course, but I stay the hell out of Georgia.
Stars
Yeah,
TV.
South Carolina's good.
Where do you all live? Hillbilly states? I mean, I live in Colorado, which is not a hillbilly state, which was
Michigan.
always cooler than any state on the East Coast. I'm sorry. Until recently.
Michigan is not a hillbilly state, but
South Carolina is.
I mean, depending on what part of Michigan, it could be a crime-ridden state too.
yeah.
Very true.
I mean, Detroit's not exactly like a spring fucking chicken, you know?
Any part of the Appalachians is hillbilly state.
Yeah, I second that.
Stars also says Yankee Marshall sent me here, but he's not here himself. I invited him. Sometimes he shows up, not very often. Can't really blame the guy. He just did 1,000 days of chats in a row, you know. But I like yelling at Yankee and getting yelled at back and interrupting each other. It's kind of fun sometimes.
Did Yankee say he's going to continue or if he's going to take a break for a while?
He said he was going to do tomorrow at least. That way, in case he was off by a day, that no one could say that he didn't do 1,000 days in a row.
Okay. Because I know the whole reason he was doing chats every day like he's been doing was because of COVID. And it
Well, it started with COVID, and then I don't know what
supposed to stop.
At what point did he decide to do 1,000? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know when it morphed into that.
I don't know either.
Whatever, dude. I did a 24-hour chat. That's harder than doing 1,000 for 1,000 days in a row. I'd rather do
that
that than
fucking was a
24-hour chat.
long ass chat, man.
Yes,
Wow.
it was.
I was on that bitch for most of it. I missed like maybe 3 hours of it.
Yeah, I was there for 24 hours of it.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I should have jumped on with you, but I watched it all.
It was rough at the end, man. Although the last like 3 hours went by pretty quick. Like once you made it that far, it's like, well, what else can happen? You know, what can you do to me that you haven't already done?
True.
Now the question is, because back then you were still smoking and drinking, how different would it be now if you did a 24-hour chat?
Oh, I'd be like calling you people like Mark Malone names and gamer names and shit by the end of it. I don't know if I could do it now. I got through it though, dude. I fucking did it. I said I would do it, and I did it.
Yeah.
That's always been my thing. If I say I'm gonna fucking do something, I fucking do it, dude. Fucking goddamn do it, even if it sucks. It's kind of a failing of mine. Like, don't get me to say that I'm gonna do something, because then I have to do it. I didn't say I would finish this bottle. I said I might. So shut up.
I did remember you said that you were going to give me $5,000. So
When are you moving out to Colorado, Leo, with your family?
Jesus, I don't know. Colorado's becoming Illinois, so it'd be just like moving to the same state.
No, Denver's becoming Chicago. Get it right. Yeah, dude. Denver is becoming Chicago is the problem. And it's because Chicago moved to Denver.
Yeah. You could thank my family for that.
Well, they're partially at fault, I'll admit. They're a drop in the ocean, but, you know, they're still a drop. You got to get out of fucking Chicago, though, bro.
Yeah. I know.
You got to get it done, man. Just make a plan. Make a plan. What do you got to do to make that happen? Step one. And then, what's the saying? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Yeah.
So if you left Chicago, Leo, is that where you would go? Is Colorado or?
Well, I have family that said they was gonna hook me up and try to hook me up with a job in Las Vegas.
Oh.
That's one, and you got another family member said if I come out to Arizona, they'll be able to hook me up.
I'd go for Arizona over Vegas. Vegas is dying right now.
Yeah, and it's weird. Vegas is cool on the strip, but go off the strip and you'll think you're in Flint, Michigan.
Mhm.
So that's
Well, it thrives. It doesn't solely live on tourism, but it's a big part of the economy of Las Vegas is the tourism.
Oh yeah.
And when the economy starts going bad, as it has, as it is, as it will, living in Las Vegas, which is a tourist city, is going to be increasingly difficult financially. Like, I had an opportunity. This was when my ex and I first broke up, and I was like I had 2 jobs when we were still together. One was with her, and I quit that job like instantly because I didn't want to be around her anymore, you know. And then the other job I got fired from like a month later because I was all fucked up. And so I took like a month and like went down to Colorado Springs and spent some time with my sister and with some friends who lived down there. I was just trying to like get my head straight. And I had a friend who worked at the MGM who's like, bro, come out here. I can get you a job as food and beverage manager at the MGM because I know that you've worked in restaurants for a long time. You know what you're doing. You're good with people, blah, blah, blah. $80,000 a year to start, right? And the only stipulation is I'm not going to see my kids, like once a year kind of thing.
oh.
I got you.
And I said, fuck no, dude. I
don't blame you.
I'd rather be dirt fucking poor and see my kids all the time than like living large in Las Vegas and only seeing my kids once a year,
Right.
Good man.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either.
So I made the decision. Like, why does Honda live in a 1-bedroom apartment at 41? Well, now you fucking know. I went through a terrible divorce and like the worst shit possible and have taken care of my kids and been a part of their lives every step of the way, made every sacrifice that I've had to be part of their lives. And a big part of that sacrifice has been financial. A big part of that sacrifice was like fucking putting myself last, not first. And that shit sucked. Why couldn't you take your kids to Vegas with you? Well, the thing is, like the way that Colorado family law works, unless she's like addicted to crack, and I've got like pictures, evidence, and drug tests to prove it, like she's gonna win. So, and she wasn't gonna let me take the kids out of state and move with me and shit. So therefore, I would have had to take her to court. And the way that the court system works, I wouldn't have won. So I didn't even try. It would have been a waste of money and time, which I didn't even have. I just heard gunshots outside. It's like fucking Chicago over here.
Nope, it sounds just like Denver.
$80K a year is living schmedium in Vegas, not large. That's true, but that's to start. That was like day one walking in the door, 80 grand. Do a good job. 5 years from now, you're going to like over 100, 10 years, they'll be like 150, 200. So it would have been a huge difference financially. Especially with the job that I had at the time. Jesus Christ. And I worked like shit jobs back then. I worked at like Chili's. Like when you guys think waiter, that's what you guys think, I'm sure.
You know what? I never.
When you're like Honda's a waiter, you think like Chili's waiter. Yeah, you're right. If that's where I was working, you'd be absolutely right.
You know what? I've never been to Chili's, so how is the baby back ribs?
I like their fajitas. The fajitas are good.
Yeah, the fajitas are real good.
I haven't been in a Chili's, I think, on like this side of 20 years. But I don't mean that in a bad way. They used to be that was the first place I ever went to, and I was like, "Is that plate sizzling? But they're giving it to them? Like this is amazing!"
Like they got good chips.
Oh my god, fuck the fucking cooks at Chili's, because like the way they do that, there's like cast iron pans, and they stick them in the cheese melter for like 2 minutes, right, and get it nice and hot, and then you put a little bit of like peanut oil or whatever kind of oil they use at the bottom. And then you put all the shit inside of it, and it sizzles all the way to the table. Well, they were fucking with me one time, and they put the cast iron skillet in the cheese melter for like an hour and a half.
Oh Lord!
And then they were like, "Orders up, Honda!" And I grabbed that shit, and like, did you ever see like Indiana Jones where he grabs the fucking the amulet?
Yes.
Yeah, I had the amulet burned into my hand.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It was bad, bro. And I wanted to fight the motherfucker, but I couldn't even make a fist. So, all right, Mark Malone, you're fucking done. Sorry, bro.
I was just fixing to do it.
With all the Jew shit you talk about and all the fucking bullshit you fucking talk about all the fucking time, you should know that there's a rule, and you just broke it. Cheers, buddy. Good luck to you. Go hang out with Yeezy. Go hang out with fucking, what's that other dude's name? That went to the Trump Palace.
Fuentes.
Yeah,
Nick Fuentes.
you and Fuentes can hang out and suck each other's cocks, you fucking cocksucker. Anyway. I mean, it's party season right now, so fucking money's good, but I think probably come next month, I'm going to start looking for a new job. I've got a hook on a job for the city, making not nearly as much dollars per hour as I make now, but decent amount, able to pay the bills, money per hour, plus city benefits, plus it's a city job, so it's like economy proof, like the economy takes a shit, I'll still make my money. Economy takes a shit, I'll still get my hours, doesn't fucking matter.
Yes.
So I think that's the move, honestly.
Good to hear.
You can do OnlyFans. I'm a bit old and a bit of a dude. Dudes don't make as much good money on OnlyFans. Usually you got to have like tits and be young.
True.
I have been working out though.
Sell your workout shirts.
Yeah, there you go.
Freaks out there that'll do that. They'll buy it.
in your
I'm wearing my
socks.
workout shirt right now.
Sell feet pictures. There's freaks out there.
I'll make
But
FTX coins or whatever they are. What are they called? FTC coins.
right.
Make an NFT card like.
Yeah, that's the one. NFT. Thank you. Sorry.
A buddy of mine, he's a morning host on a radio station around us, and there was some random dude that paid him $250 twice for an hour just to watch him on Skype scratch his beard.
Seriously?
Yes, it was really weird, but I was with him. I was like, hell yeah, I'd do it for $250. I'll scratch my beard.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Or like
I mean,
we were talking about earlier, like, just go to fucking California and say you're trans to get $1,800 a month.
Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
I don't know. That's a little dangerous at a point too. You're gonna entice some dude who wants to watch you. Do you want to expose yourself to a guy expose yourself just to the possibility of being around a guy who wants to pay $250?
Right.
That's a little bit like you might the more trouble than you want.
Oh yeah, that's very true too. No
I mean,
doubt.
like the other day at work, I had a 10-hour shift. It was 2 parties in one day, and we make $12 an hour is what we make, right? By the end of the shift, not counting my $12 an hour, just the party tips, it was like $750, right? Plus another $120 for the $12 an hour, so it was $870 for a 10-hour shift. You can't make that welding. All the people who were like, well, I'm a welder, Honda, and you're just a dumbass waiter. It's like, well, you don't know shit, Dunning-Kruger. You literally don't know about anything. The problem is, that's party season, right? That's right now. And that doesn't last all year. Come January, when the kids are fucking, back in school and things are, the economy sucks ass, it's going to be like $100 a day, which is not enough. And I'd have to work 5-6 days a week to get enough money. And that's way more, that's more money in one day than I ever made in a week at Chili's,
Yeah.
The Chili's waiters will never make that much money.
Right. You missed a super chat from Ghost Shadows.
Oh, shit, did I? I've been drinking.
Yeah.
A long-ass time ago. Sorry, Ghost Shadow. You said F Joe Biden and haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
But I mean, I don't know, man. And I've been at this job for 9 fucking years. I'm at the top amount of money that people can make at that job, and it's not going to be any more ever. So,
Even if you became in management or something.
Oh no,
if
you go
I became
down.
a manager, I'd have to work 3 times the hours that I work.
Yeah.
Because I work 3 days, maybe 4 days a week, because I have my kids 3 or 4 days a week, and that's what allows me to spend the time that I do with them, and to have the money to take care of them, and to be with them, and to do the things that they need to do, and to be here, frankly, to have the time to fucking do YouTube and shit like that.
Yeah.
And if I was a manager, you guys would never see me again, and I would make marginally more money per year.
Yeah, so we both started our jobs just around 2013.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was October 2012 is when I started. So it's been 9 years and a couple months. Dude, when I started that job, dude, check this out. I was out of work for a month, maybe a month and a half, 6 weeks, that I got fired from a job because I fucked up and was trying to find something else and it didn't work out. And then I finally found something at this job, right? But by that point, it was October, the end of October. I was behind on rent to the point where I had to move out of the place that I was living at. I had to move in with my ex for a couple of weeks, which was a wake-up call and a kick in the ass at the same time. Some shit happened there that fucking fucked me up real bad. And I owed my brother-in-law $600. My bank account was overdrawn. The kids had no presents under the tree. I didn't have any money for a place that I wanted to move into, you know? And I fucking, by December 31st, by Christmas, not even December 31st, by Christmas, bank account was good. Money in the bank in spades. Everybody that I owed money to paid off. It was like $2,000 total that I owed people money to, including the guy that I was living with that I owed money to for back rent and shit. Everybody paid every penny. Had a place of my own that I didn't have to have with my ex. Kids had Christmas presents under the tree. Everything was good. From October, like late October to like mid-December, you know? And it's not like that anymore. Like the economy's not the same. The demographics of Colorado have changed. Like everything's fucking different. Like the people who started in October this year at that job, like if that was me right now, I'd still be living with my ex. You know, like I wouldn't have any fucking choice. It's not the same shit. Daniel says, I'm with Honler.
Do you not feel... Go ahead.
Oh, good.
Do you not feel that things are like the winds are in motion for something very strange? Like,
yeah, I felt that way for a while.
Yep.
Things feel weird, and I don't mean like, oh, I just like we're in a holding pattern before the big fall, and everybody's holding their breath, and everyone is waiting to cash in their chips before this like all goes south. Is how it feels to me.
Yeah, I agree with you though. That dude.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to say it, but it's just going to take. No one wants to talk about it, but it feels like things are just going to go real bad, real quick.
No, they absolutely are, which is why I'm making my exit now. Because I feel like things are kind of holding in place right now because, you know, you've got the bump from Christmas and everyone's buying presents and stuff, but a lot of people are putting it on credit cards. A lot of people are mortgaging their like savings or their future or whatever so that they can get through right now.
Yep.
But how quickly did Venezuela go bad?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it only took about 5 years, give or take, because they were
about
fighting with
2
South
years.
Sudan for who had more hyperinflation.
Well, we've already been, 2 years of hyperinflation. Well, at least a year and a half. Ever since Biden took office, it's been really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ever since COVID really fucked it up, honestly, and the whole shutdowns and everyone just doing nothing and China fucking not producing anything and the way things fucking work. And
oh yeah, they got the ball rolling.
Yeah, like that definitely that dislodged the boulder from the side of the hill, and it's been rolling down the hill towards the settlement that we all live in, and like you're starting to feel the rumblings in the fucking floorboards of like what the fuck is going on there, but that fucking boulder's about to hit the house, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My thoughts have always been, what if Hillary would have won in 2016? How bad off would we be by now?
Oh God, we'd be deep in war.
Oh, absolutely.
She said if she won, we were going to go to war with Russia.
Well, she talked about nuke codes in the debates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
there's no telling how she would have handled COVID. I think that was set up for her to win.
It'd be like
banking on her to win.
But would that have happened if she won, though?
Oh, I think so.
God damn it!
I think. Oh, sorry.
Damn.
Whoa.
That was fucking close. Holy shit.
I've never finished Daniel's chat either. Won't get out of bed for less than $80 fiat dollars, not fag coin an hour.
Fag coin.
Yeah, the FAG.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, look how close this boulder gets.
No shit. That's like within a cunt hair.
Yeah, that's
That shaved him,
insane.
you know it.
And it was going right, like Jesus stepped in and said,
not today.
yeah, like you got something to live for. Like,
but go clean your drawers first.
Exactly.
that thing took a right turn. That shit was heading right for him. And he didn't move. He's like, fuck, which way do I go? I don't know. and just froze like a fucking bunny rabbit, you know?
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Holy
Holy moly.
But bro, we're in a stage of America where that boulder's gonna hit something.
Yeah.
The dude
Yep.
standing in the fucking bottom of the hill, like everyone's at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel like especially during this Christmas time, it just feels like everybody's just holding their breath and they're just waiting for it to happen. And we have all the makings of a huge crash. And
Yep.
I think it's like bigger than 2008 and it's bigger than the 80s or whatever that recession was like. I was alive, but I mean a child baby. So like it's like everything that everybody's into is going to be I don't know, crumbling. This could be bad.
Well, in years past, like I would not take parties because I could make more money on the floor than the party, right? Like I'd work a 5-hour shift on the floor and make $300 or $400, right? And now it's like a party, you make like $250 or $300, maybe, you know, depending on the party. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on the party. With the way things are now, it's like you work on the floor, you make like $100 during party season, which is unheard of. And so I've just been doing party after party after party after party after, like, just schedule me parties because I don't want to do anything else, you know? And that shit's about to dry up. Like, once all the companies are done with their Christmas parties,
Yeah.
January comes and there's no more Christmas parties. And the other thing is, it used to be, I don't know, like 1 out of 10 like 10% of the tables that come in, it's for like someone's birthday or someone's whatever that's going on, you know? Now it's like 50%. So the other 80% of people aren't going out. Like, people are still going out for Johnny's birthday, you know? They're going to take little Johnny out and show him a good time for his birthday. But they're not going to go out on a Tuesday. They're not going to go out on a Wednesday. They're not going to go out on a, you know, Friday night even. So, yeah. It's definitely different than it was in years past. And I feel like we're sitting on the precipice, the edge of a cliff. Or maybe we've already jumped off the cliff. We just haven't hit the fucking the floor yet, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is why I'm like, dude, it's time to go to the government job, to the city job, to the guaranteed fucking recession-proof money job, where you're not going to be making big bucks per hour, and you're not going to, like, make up for, like, oh, I'm behind on bills, and, you know, by December I'm good. Not that kind of money. But slow and steady wins the race, you know? It's the fucking tortoise and the hare.
Well, that's also
Right.
where you pick up something on the side.
True.
You know, that you have this steady gig, so you know you have this time off. So you just grab a side gig, and that's your stowaway money. That's your, you know, your play money, or however you want to look at it. It's that kind of mentality that I've always enjoyed, having something on the side.
Just for the hookers and blow.
You know.
Well, that's the thing. I don't do hookers and blow anymore. I don't smoke weed anymore. I barely drink anymore. I've been drinking tonight because I've been, you know, I just wanted to have some fun tonight. Because I've been so fucking straight edge for the past 3 months that all I've done has been fucking serious Honda. And serious Honda's not always a fun guy, you know? Daniel says, God damn it, Homler, you have to completely read it. See, I read the whole thing before you said that.
Exactly, yeah. It came through right after you said it. You fully read it.
Daniel also says, at this point, we deserve the cliff. Yeah, dude, we do. And it's the boomers' fault. And it's Gen X's fault. And to some
silent
lesser
generation.
extent, it's our fault because we haven't stood up to it hard enough to say, like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
Yep, the way we voted in the past election, yeah, we kind of do deserve the cliff.
Yeah, especially allowing the fortification.
Well, we were talking about this in 2020, you know, like, what would it take for them to, like, I don't know, because we all knew they were going to cheat, right? And
Yep.
my thinking was like, well, if the cheating's obvious enough, then people are going to stand up and do something about it. Well, guess what? The cheating was obvious enough, and no one did a goddamn thing.
But my theory on that is that that life is so comfortable. In true honesty, why would you why do you want to upset things? Can you get a job relatively easy now? Yeah. Can you get food relatively easy now? Yeah. Can you get dwelling relatively easy now? Yeah. Those things are all still easy to get. It's not, I mean, yes, we complain about like the cost of things. I understand that, but it's achievable to have a dwelling, food, transportation, entertainment. Those are all achievable. And if you're just above like the average or just above the status quo, you're living really well. So why would you really upset things? Even if it is like a moral or like uh, a morality or like a future thing, or they cheated, but I still have food. I still have Netflix. I still
Well,
have
it's
Facebook.
the frog in the boiling pot, right? And it's
Right.
the old saying of there's nothing more dangerous than a man with nothing left to lose. So they
Right.
will always, 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 as long as they're able to, keep it so that you still have something to lose. Because as
Right.
long as you have something to lose, you have a reason to fall in line. As long as
Right.
you have something to lose, you have a reason to go along to get along. You know.
But I don't even look at it. I guess I agree with that sentiment 100%. But it's just, what incentive do I have if I have no moral compass and I believe that I'm just, came from a microbe and I'm come from apes. What? And this is a nothingness, and there's no meaning, and there's nothing guiding my life. Then what does it really matter? I'm happy. My needs are taken care of.
Yeah.
There's no lineage
Well, and another
in
part
your
of it
heart.
is the drop in birth rate. The number of people. It was I forget where I was listening to this at, but they were talking about
Yeah.
1950 versus today.
Yeah.
In 1950, it was something like 98% of people were planning on having children or had children.
Yeah.
Versus today, it's like 54%, meaning 46% of people are like, no, I don't want to have kids. No, I don't want to have a family. No, I don't want to procreate. And they were asking them why, right? And a couple of people are like, well, I can't afford it. A couple of people are like, well, like I don't want it to interrupt with my life. But a big percentage of people were like, I don't want to do it for the environment. I want to protect the environment by not having children. And then what happens because of that? You have people who are coming into the country, and Pelosi and Schumer were talking about this like a month ago, how we need to have immigration into this country. We need to let these DACA kids be part of the country, and we need to let more immigrants from third world countries come into America right now today, because the birth rate has gone down to a point where we're not replacing the people.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why do you need the people? Well, because the jobs aren't being filled. Well, why do you need those jobs? I don't know. For tax money? That's what the answer is ultimately, right? It's not for the good of the American people. It's not for the American people themselves. It's that if you have enough competition for those jobs, it drives down the cost for each job, meaning you and I make less and the corporations make more. It's good for the corporation. It's good for the taxes and the corporations.
And here's another thing too. This is why the government is trying to give you free everything. That way you have nothing to complain about. So like when you're living comfortably, then they just start nipping your rights away. Like you won't even see it coming.
Mhm.
Right. Because what you got free healthcare. We gave you free internet. We gave you a monthly salary, and we gave you government housing.
Well, the
just
more
be
people
me.
that you get on the dole of the government, right? It's like, well, now you have control over them. Because who gave you that? Who gave you that government housing? Well, it was the Democrats. So who are you going to vote for? The Democrats.
Right.
Who gave you that monthly income that you can feed your children with, or whatever, or yourself
Yeah.
even? Well, it was the Democrats. So you got to vote for the Democrats, right?
Yep.
Free phone.
Yeah, the Obama phone. Jesus, I forgot about that shit. Oh, you remember that clip of that lady? Like, I got my Obama phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find that.
And they
real
had all
quick.
those tents up everywhere. They had tents everywhere in my area that would advertise the Obama phone. And there was like, I don't know, they probably weren't even the real thing, but they would just probably scam people. But I remember there was Obama phones, tents on the sides of streets.
Keep Obama in president, you know? He gave us the phone.
Get jiggy with it. I haven't seen that one. The remix. That's awesome. Damn.
Yeah. So if I get free housing, free food, free phone, free internet, right? I'm not gonna like rise up and define the government because I'm living good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just thought.
Well, I'm concerned what January looks like.
Yeah,
No,
same here.
It's atrocious. It's awful. It's like in 2008, right? Like right before the crash happened, and you go to the credit rating agencies, and you're like, "Hey, how's I can't remember the name of the companies that went under right then. Whatever name of the company is, like this bank, how is the bank doing? Oh, we give it 5 stars. It's good for investment." And the next day, when they were filing for bankruptcy and going to the government for bailouts, like Lieberman and all those, right? You go to the credit rating agencies and you say, "Hey, how's Lieberman doing?" "Oh, it's still 5 stars." Like, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
They're lying to you.
Yeah.
It's like if Russia sent nukes over, do you think they'd tell us? Like if Russia sent their nukes and they're going to be here in 1 hour, right?
Nope.
You got 1 hour left until, or even better, not even that. You got a fucking asteroid hurtling towards Earth. They fucking found it on satellites. They've done the math. They know it's going to hit us. It's going to be, like January 15th. 1 month from now. Are they going to tell us?
No.
Nope.
Would you want to know, honestly?
Yes.
I don't. Yes, I do. Fuck you. Yes.
I mean, I was just asking him. I mean, sometimes it's something like that. Being oblivious is
No.
better than living in fear, knowing that you're fixing to die in any given moment from whatever is coming.
Yes, I want to know. Like, if you have terminal cancer, do you want to know?
Not really.
I would, so I can put my affairs in order, so I can get my fucking ducks in a row. Yeah, I would want to know. I don't know. But yeah, like they're not going to tell us, and they're gonna hold off everything that they can for as long as they can, so that they can continue to pillage the whatever's left of the country, of whatever they can get, and get into their bunkers and not have you fight over it, so that they can get there. And then once, maybe at the fucking last second, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, tomorrow, just so you guys know, the world's over. Just so you know, in 24 hours, there's this asteroid that's been heading towards us for 1 million years that we've known about for the past 13 months, and it's hitting us tomorrow. So, kiss your family. Good night, everybody. Click." MSB dropped in 10 and said, "I've got 20 to 30% down payment for next house in bank. We need to leave current area. Interest rate is crap. If I take it out, the impacts getting a loan for next house. It impacts getting a loan for next house."
Oh,
I feel like that guy getting the guy in the boulder. Yeah.
Damn.
that's a nightmare. That's a
Yes.
nightmare. Oh my gosh.
Like I found out a decent chunk for fucking retirement going through, like, where you get paid every week and you're like, okay, if you like the money matching that they do or whatever, 9 years of that shit is added up. But if I want to use it, they take like 60%, 70%, and then tax you on the rest.
Yep.
So I don't really have that money, do I?
Yeah. It's a promise for later.
If you live to 80.
Or like on South Park. Well, let me just take some money to your savings and put it in your check-ins, and it's gone. Well, how about you put it from my account? Okay, I'll take this from your account, then put it in your account, and it's gone.
Midget's asking a question. In your opinion, why do so many people on the right love cops? I think it's so the right is conservative. The right holds tradition. The right is the party of law and order, of society working in the way that it always has. And police represent that to them, I think. And I think that they ignore a lot of the bad things about police.
They do.
And I certainly am not a fan of the police.
No, I'm tired of the bootlickers too.
I can honestly say that I've never in my life once called 911 when I needed help from 911 and gotten help from, like, one time my house got robbed, right? Someone broke in the fucking front door with a crowbar and stole thousands of dollars worth of shit, including a big pile of cash that I had from my job, right? That I just hadn't taken to the bank and put in the bank yet. Thousands of dollars, right? Call the police. Someone broke in thinking they were going to do like fingerprints or follow a lead or like trace this phone call that I got that day that was like a little fishy. They didn't do any of that shit. And then they tried to say that I was dealing drugs and that's why I had the money, and then like charge me with something. They like started looking around the house for like paraphernalia, like scales or something, like I was dealing drugs. Like, well, good fucking thing I called you, you fucking cocksucker. Like, get the fuck out of my fucking house.
That's bullshit. Yeah, it's like I saw a video the other day. I posted it in Discord where this woman calls 911 because her ex-boyfriend that put her in the hospital like a week prior is trying to break into her house. And the dispatch lady literally tells her, well, we don't have an officer to dispatch to you. You're on your own. Basically told her she's on her own. Asked if she had friends or family that could come over and help her, and if she could just get out of the house safely. And she's like, no, he's blocking my only way out, blocking the driveway. It's fucking bullshit, dude.
That's why I need my emotional support AR-15.
Exactly. You don't call them to come help you. You basically call them for cleanup.
Clean up the mess on the floor. Yeah.
I think in theory, it works. In theory, people need help. Someone comes to help you. They're rectified or they keep you safe. In that theory, it's good. I think it worked for a very long time to have a guy who checked on everybody and a guy that made sure people were safe. And that worked really well for a very long time. But as time has changed, the rules have changed, engagement has changed, and then roles have changed. And then there's been like a need, like, oh, well, I need to have this person. So there's then a justification, and that comes in with revenue, and that comes in with things like that, and then with an expansion of roles that should never have been designed to do. But that was a lot to do with societal changes. So I guess the people are on the right are pro-police because they feel the need for that, and their parents felt the need for that. And that's an okay need to have, but it's who you pick, who does it, and what they're doing.
Well, it's also accountability, right? Because like back in those good old days, like you're talking about,
yeah,
like everyone knew the police officer, and the police officer, like the sheriff or whatever, knew most, if not all, of the people. And if he did something fucked up, or if he was like corrupt or something like that, they all knew where he lived. Yeah, they all knew what car he drove on his day off. They knew like his kids and shit like that. And his kids would be targeted, and his house would be fucking targeted, and he'd have to get the fuck out of town. So there was a level of that would keep him in line and in order. Yeah, because there's always that temptation towards corruption towards, like, you know, doing
Yeah.
what the state says, or turning the blind eye, or taking the payoff, or whatever it is.
Perfect example of that is in remember the Dust Bowl and then the Great Depression and all that, when farmers' land would go up for. There's a great picture of it. I'll maybe try and find it sometime, but it's when farmers' land would go up for bid from the bank, because the bank would try and screw the farmer, or the farmer just got screwed out of the whole thing, and the bank would hold an auction. All the other farmers would show up and then make sure that no one bid on the farm, so it would go for like $1.
And then the guy could buy it back for $1 and have his shit
Mhm.
back.
Yeah, and then anybody bid, they would beat them. Like if you know, Matt showed up to buy Honda's farm, and Matt was from another state, and he was gonna, I'm coming to buy this farm, everybody would beat him. Like if he started bidding, and there's even pictures of them, like, I gotta look it up. I think it's a picture of them having they have got like a cop tied up or something. I gotta look it up, but it's something
Really?
where I don't know if it's that. I gotta look it up though. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'll look it up, but it's all about taking care of your fellow man.
Right, which doesn't really happen much anymore.
Yeah, I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
because everyone takes advantage of their fellow man, because there's no benefit to helping your person, because you don't know anybody, right? You don't even know your neighbors these days.
Yeah.
Like, I live in an apartment complex with people above, below, left, right, everywhere around me. I've talked to 3 people, and one of them is the fucking maintenance guy. It's just the way it is.
That's the one thing I've noticed. The difference between what I call big city living and rural living is that here in the rural area where I'm at, I know every single person around me that is a neighbor of mine. And when I lived in a major city years ago, I knew no one that lived in an apartment complex.
It's like when I first moved here, where I'm at now. Within the first few days, I already met 4 of my neighbors, and I still talk to them. So there's a difference when you live out in the country.
And I would almost say it's the same thing with policing, because when you look at like sheriff's departments and stuff for rural areas, you tend to hold those people accountable, because especially sheriffs being elected officials versus police chiefs that are indebted to mayors and stuff of towns.
See, and that's got me looking at this auction site where you can buy salvage title motorcycles that are sold by the insurance companies when they fucking total them out, when there's really nothing that wrong with them. You know, you like put some plastics and a fucking new tailpipe on it, and it's fucking good to go. Yeah, I might buy this thing. 2021, almost brand new Kawasaki 650. As far as I can tell, it got dropped on the side, and it's got a bunch of scratches on it.
What's it going for?
$0 so far.
Oh shit! Why not try
Auction starts tomorrow, but then there's some of them that are buy now, and like the prices are insane. Like there was a the Africa Twin 1000 that go for $15,000 that you get here for buy it now price, not even auction, not even wait for the auction, for $6,000. So $10,000 less, and like that one I couldn't even see anything wrong with, you know. And some of them were fucked up. Some of them were like, bro, like that thing is not gonna do well, you know. But like a 2022 Harley, what is this? The FLTRX? I don't even know what that is. Look, it's got like a couple of dents and scratches and shit on it. Buy it now price $8,000. If you bought this, look, like the saddlebags are missing. You take the saddlebags off on the other side, you never even fucking know, you know?
Yep.
These things brand new are like 20 plus. Like ask fucking Tara, how much did she pay for that Fat Boy? Like 25 grand?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Or you could get something like this that's a little beat up, which you're gonna do it anyway to yourself, as Tara found out.
In a not so good way, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you have to pay for the medical bills this way. Anyway, I don't know. That might work out. It might not. Yosh says that bike is ugly as fuck. Honda, fuck you. You got your taste. I got mine. I like Kawasaki's. I should change my name to like E Cowie 69 or something. Daniel says, usually if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, I was reading how things work. So these are the insurance auctions of vehicles that have been totaled out by the insurance company. And you can look online and see what's wrong with them in general. Like if there's something wrong with the engine, you're not going to know it. But like this guy right here, right? Like, yeah, that thing's fucked up, front end damage. But you throw a new front end on that, and you got a fucking decent bike, you know. But if you want something with less work, you can find something with less work. Probably be a little bit more money. Definitely be less money than it would be if you bought it off Craigslist or off Facebook Marketplace or whatever. And a lot of those bikes need work too, to be honest. You know. So I don't know. I'm looking into it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm saying I'm going to look at it and see if I can find something. But yeah, it's definitely got me interested. Like $3,300 for a 2019 Triumph Speed Triple. These things are $13,000 brand new. What's wrong with it? It's missing a mirror. Someone dropped it on its side. Some of them aren't even salvage titles. Some of them are repos. So some of them are not even repos. They're like stolen and recovered. So they need electrical work. They just need a wiring harness and a fucking ignition switch.
Where was it recently where, was it New York where they commissioned all those fucking bikes and quads and shit to be destroyed that they confiscated and rest?
Oh, did you see that fire in New York?
Nuh-uh.
Oh, dude. Hold on. Is that evidence?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Facility? New York
That's not
City.
where they were keeping the fucking Fast and Furious guns, isn't it?
This is where they're keeping, like, rape kit evidence and police car that had been involved with a shooting and fucking, like, murder evidence. Like, all of the fucking felons in New York City are like, thank you, Santa, for early Christmas. You got me off.
Damn.
Yeah, whole thing fucking burned down, dude.
I hadn't heard that yet.
Yeah, wasn't there like 30 years worth of shit in there or something that they were looking at?
Yeah, like all those cold cases and shit like that. Yeah, all of that shit. It's a massive warehouse in Brooklyn. Injured 8 people, likely destroying reams of criminal evidence, including DNA records stretching back decades, officials said. The blaze, which remains active, was first reported at 10:30 a.m. at the Erie Basin Auto Pond. A sprawling barge that juts out the top of Red Hook. The storage facility holds vehicles seized by police departments as well as evidence collected at crime scenes. What was stored in particular is a lot of biological evidence. We also have some e-bikes, motor vehicles, some historic vehicles as well. New York Police Chief, blah, 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 said. While firefighters initially attacked the flames from the inside, they were forced to retreat after a section of the building collapsed, according to New York Fire Department guy. The building is probably going to have to go on. Wait, the fire is probably going to have to go on for a few days at the time we're able to fully extinguish it and get inside. So yeah, all that evidence is gone, dude. Like 90%.
So they didn't say how it got started? Just
more than 140 the storage facility proven damage floodwaters. Nope, they didn't say. Maybe it was a couple of Joe Biden's rental cars.
All right. That shit was crazy too. What was it?
Yeah, that was weird.
And that's the only ones that burnt down in that lot were just those?
Yep.
Sounds fishy there.
Y'all darn fishy fish smell. Calhoun says, read my last chat. You want to buy my Honda Shadow and have it shipped across the country? LOL. Matt is the one who wanted a Honda Shadow. He wanted the 600 or 750. I want a adventure bike, not a cruising bike. So it's a little different. And that one that I was showing isn't exactly an adventure bike, you know, but I'll deal with it. It's close enough. Like, that's like a cross-country bike. Like, you could turn this into a sport touring bike, and it'd be good enough for me. Like, I don't necessarily need it to go on dirt that bad. It would just be nice to have the option. But this would do everything the bike that I really want would do, just a little bit less. And it's got the same exact motor in it, too. So there's that part. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have a ton of money for that right now anyway, because Christmas just happened and all this other shit, and then I might be starting a new job, and who knows what that pay is going to be after tax and bullshit and stuff. So I'm kind of holding on to what I got for right now, just because I'm not sure what the future holds. You got a boulder heading down the fucking hill towards us, bro.
Yeah. Calhoun said that wasn't my last chat, dumb motherfucker. He's talking about the one that's 2 chats up from a super chat. Where he says there you go.
Some cops probably took all the drugs out and burned it to cover their tracks. Dude, there could be something going on like that too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a million reasons someone would want to set that place on fire, literally.
I mean, they had all those e-bikes, and then they probably just took the batteries out of those and burned them.
I mean, you've seen like the field of e-bikes in China they weren't able to sell, that are just rotting with all the fucking precious materials and shit in them. They had to mine with like slave labor from African children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, could have been the mob. You never know.
If I can find the fucking picture. Not that one. But holy fuck, look at that one.
Yep.
It's just a big waste. Like, everyone's like, oh, the Green New Deal, batteries and electricity, it's the future. It's like, all right, if I buy like an old used car and make sure it's fixed up and drive the shit out of it till it dies, versus buying a brand new electric vehicle, and then compare the carbon footprint of that car that was already produced versus that new car that you have to produce, the gasoline that goes into it versus the coal that you have to burn to fucking power it, what is the difference? It's actually, if you buy that used car, it's a much smaller footprint.
The only reason they want us to go all electric cars is so that they can turn the shit off when they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
and so we can't travel as much as we want to distance-wise.
Exactly.
Why do you think there's no mass? Why don't you think there's trains? A train system. You know how fast you can travel in Germany, and you can travel across all of Europe.
Yeah.
Right. But why do you think there's not a train like a
high-speed rail?
Yeah, high-speed rail in America. That's thank you to the gas companies who ensure that
not to
never
mention,
got built.
Like, anytime anyone comes up with like a new innovative idea of how you can actually save money and, you know, burn less fuel or whatever it is, the car companies like Ford, the gas companies like Exxon buy up the fucking patents and then bury the motherfucker. Right?
Yep, take them out to the desert.
Yep.
Same thing with the medical industry. Like, oh, we found a new way to like treat cancer, or we found a new way to cure this disease. Well, I mean, if everyone's not getting their diabetes medication from me every month, that's going to hurt my bottom line. Versus how much does it cost for me to buy that up? Oh, way less than that. So let me just buy that up, and then we can make that money.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like in Fight Club when they were talking about the mathematical equation. Like, okay, we've got this problem with the brakes that we know causes like 1 out of however many cars to like blow up and burn. So we do the calculation of how much money do we have to pay out the families of the people that happens to versus the cost of us recalling all of those vehicles and fixing the problem. If the number is less on the left, we do what's on the left. If the money is less on the right, then we do what's on the right. We follow the money. It's not about what's the moral decision, what's going to be best for the people who buy our product. It's about that non-disclosure agreement that we have with our employees that doesn't allow us to talk about that shit. And we're going to fucking do whatever costs less.
Yep.
That's like if we went all electric, we pretty much wouldn't have a fucking grid. It would
Yeah,
crash.
look what happened in Texas when you guys had a snowstorm.
Exactly.
ERCOT full of shit.
Or in California where they told them, "Oh, you can't charge tonight."
ERCOT's in a lot of fucking trouble for that shit. They're still dealing with lawsuits and shit. But yeah, if everything went electric right now, just like the left wants, they're gonna have to do what to help give power to charge your shit? Open up more coal plants and shit.
Yep, more nuclear power plants.
Yep.
Well, and that would be the answer if they could build those fucking things so that they wouldn't pollute the fucking future forever if they fuck up. I mean, you got so many examples of that. You got 3 Mile Island, you got Fukushima, you've got fucking
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, thank you. Ukraine, what happened there? Like, if they just build these things in a way that would make it so that they're basically 1,000-year foolproof, then you could build them, but they cost too much to do that, so they build them cheaply, and then they have problems.
Plus, what a lot of people don't realize is nuclear plants have an expiration date. They're supposed to shut down after 20 or so years or 40 years, and some of them's already re-upped that expiration date. So they're past their prime because the government won't let them build anymore.
Well, a lot of them have been leaking too for like 25-something years now.
Yep.
Well, Fukushima's been leaking fucking radioactivity into the ocean since it fucking happened, dude. When they had a full-on meltdown that melted through the fucking concrete flooring, that leaked into the water table, that leaks into the ocean constantly, and you can look up on a map how that radiation is in the seafood and the fucking like natural bio. And what happens is like the krill go along and the krill eat little fucking tiny particles of shit in the ocean, which includes this like nuclear material, and then they all have like a little bit of nuclear material. Then the like little fish comes and eats all the krill. And then the bigger fish eats all the little fish, and then like the salmon comes and eats all the bigger fish, and then you have salmon on your fucking dinner table. Do you ever have like think about having a Geiger counter and seeing what is actually going on around you? I thought about buying one.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Because I'm
Just
sure
don't buy one. Don't cheap out like Chernobyl did, where it can't read enough.
Well, I mean, someone was asking earlier about all the cancer rates going through the roof, and I think part of that has to do with the jibby jab going on and the unforeseen circumstances and consequences of taking an untested, unproven, basically fucking genetic rewriting thing and putting it in your body in millions and billions of people around the world. What are the effects of that? But another part of that might be just the environmental effects that we don't even know about. The shit in the water that they don't filter out of the water plants. It's the fucking biocondensation that goes on in animals that you eat. It's all of these different things that add up to like fucking hella super cancer.
Yeah, plus everybody flushes shit down the toilet, like you were saying, it doesn't get filtered out, like estrogen and all that stuff.
There's definitely a huge thing with environmental on it. Right after I was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2016, some of my friends I went to high school with paid Erin Brockovich to come out here and do samples of our water system and stuff like that, because a lot of them were getting breast cancer at the time. And she went and did a bunch of different watersheds and a couple people's tap water. Every single one of them tested positive for chromium-6, which if you breathe in will give you lung cancer. So God knows what kind of cancers you're getting when you're drinking the water that's in.
It's fucked up. I guarantee that's everywhere.
Oh yeah, it's in
everywhere.
every rural area, and especially if you're around farming and stuff, because that's where a lot of it comes off from.
Well, there was that BBC documentary that I keep talking about that I watched not too long ago about the fish in the Potomac, the male fish having eggs inside of their testicles because there's so many endocrine disruptors in the water that are changing them physiologically into thinking that they're female. What does that do to the population? Why do you have so many LGBTQ? What's going on with the birth rate? What's going on with the sperm count? What's going on with the testosterone? Anyway,
yeah, I remember another one from like Puget Sound back in like 2010 or something like that, where they found like 50 different chemicals in fish, whether it be street drugs or big pharma stuff or whatever the case be, a mix thereof.
And how many of them do they not even have the ability to test for?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like Jumpy's saying too. The microplastics. That's in every single thing.
Mhm.
Who just left? Was it Duke? No.
Dookie Duke.
Well, at least he showed up. I mean, we finally got to hear from him.
Yeah, it's true. I miss
The
Duke.
aliens brought him back after the probing.
You know what sucks? My
What's that?
Saturday night fucking tradition.
Yeah. Is it too late?
I'm a little too drunk to go drive and get a burrito now.
Oh man.
And the thing is, I'm drunk enough to really, really want a burrito.
Well,
Shit sucks. But we've been going almost 3 hours, man. That's about how long we normally go for late night with E-Honda. So we got, a little bit less than 5 minutes. If you guys have anything else that you want to talk about or bring in or, bring up or shout out.
You got a topic for the gay frog tomorrow?
I guess I'll just do what I was going to do tonight on the Gay Frog tomorrow, which is go over the Twitter stories that I pulled up.
The Twitties.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the titties.
There was a
Titty
leftist
twisters.
baby insurrection act at the Ohio State House this week. I just popped a link in the back chat for it.
I don't want to do news right now.
Looking at that wall of fucking bikes right there, it reminds me of that picture. I think either you or Matt showed where it was a field of, what was it, like electric bikes or little electric cars or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, and I think that was me.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
electric. Yeah, the electric bikes.
Yeah, all the
They're
grass is
rusted,
grown up around it
fucked
and
up.
shit.
Yeah, none of them work. None of them are going to work ever. I guess you could recycle the material maybe, but, how much carbon does that put into the environment? Not to mention, like, the fucking...
The batteries.
Yeah, the battery and, like, all the fucking
Yeah.
weird chemicals that come off of that shit and stuff. Like, that's toxic as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
All the
lithium, the
fucking lithium
cobalt.
that was, yeah.
Well, you're using Google, so they're gonna try to bury that photo as much as possible.
Well, DuckDuckGo ain't any better, dude. What else you got?
Go Brave.
That's where I go to find all my FBI statistics, though, is DuckDuckGo. And let's try it. Images. Uber scraps thousands of jump bikes because recycling them is too complicated.
No, they just don't want to put in the work. They're fucking lazy. Jesus Christ.
Bike share oversupply in China. Huge parts pile abandoned by broken bicycles. The Atlantic.
Even if it's not electric, they still got a huge bike problem. Period. They have a bicycle problem. Period. Shit.
Can we just go back to a simpler time when people were pissed off about a guy who looked like he had Doritos on his skin?
Yeah. Right. Mean tweets. Oh,
Yeah.
I miss mean tweets.
I'd take some mean tweets right now over the bullshit we're dealing with. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, all day, every day.
A simpler time was before 9/11. After 9/11, that's when it started going downhill.
I blame all the people who you see still wearing a mask in public. Like, if you're dumb enough to wear a fucking mask today in 2022 with what we know and what's gone on in the last 2 years of bullshit that we've dealt with, and you're still walking around with a mask on, you are the problem with society. Move up to Canada. They've got this self-deletion program that you can sign up for. It's pretty easy, I've heard.
I like that self-deletion. But no, I agree. Every time I go to town or something, I still see dumbasses wearing masks, walking around outside, even in their fucking car. And I'm like,
Right.
Oh my God. That's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen is people still wearing masks in their car. No one else around them.
Now,
Yeah,
if you take
by
a public,
themselves. Yeah.
now if you take a public transportation, wear that shit. Not for COVID. No, not for COVID though.
Just for everything else floating in the air.
First of all, the smells of people that comes on the bus. Then they
Smells
always
of urine.
right. Then they always sit next to you or in front of you and go for the whole ride.
I'd
I
wear
think
gloves too.
I start doing that in public because I want people to not be near me. Because if you like in the grocery store and you start coughing, everyone gives you like a wide berth.
Right.
But here's the opposite. They sit next to you and then do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I still wear masks when I take public transportation. It's not for COVID, for everything else.
No, I don't blame you for that, Leo. I do the same way.
Do you wear gloves too? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to touch that nasty.
When I'm at work and I have to handle money, yes.
The fuck was that?
Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Yankee here?
Sorry.
Werewolf of Christmas past.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here tonight for the Late Night with E Honda chat, where us middle Americans have our say. But we'll be back tomorrow night for a little gay frog action, where we're going to be talking about them endocrine disruptors that are turning the frogs game, turning them fish in the Potomac River into fucking female fish, even though they got testicles. And I hope you have a good night.
Get her done.
Bye, everybody.
Penis.
Peace.
Penis.